going on, everyone? It is episode 119, recorded on Saturday, February 11th, 2023. I am, of course, Drew, and hey, John, it's football weekend. Woo! So nothing better than a football joke for you. What do you call two nuns and a prostitute on a football field?
Hail Mary.
Not bad. How about two tight ends and a wide receiver?
Time to send the kids to bed. Put on your AirPods and get ready to listen to an all-new episode of the Dads After Dark show with your hosts, John and Drew. And don't forget, boys, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So make sure you get your loved ones something special.
What is up, everybody? On tonight's episode, we have monthly mayhem results, lots of fan questions, love is in the air with Valentine's Day just around the corner, and of course, we're talking about the Nintendo Direct, John. Of course we are. John, who do you got tomorrow? Philly or the Chiefs?
You never bet against Patrick Mahomes. I'm pulling for the Eagles.
You know, that's exactly how I feel. The NFL has it laid out. Mahomes is the next Brady. That's what they want. They want that. And it's Fitz. The Fitz is in, right? This is
with the fix conspiracy
The NFL
lately?
is turning into the WWE. That's just what it is. It's just the script is written.
Wow. I keep seeing it.
I want to vote. I mean, I want to vote. I want to bet for Philly. I don't think I can. I don't think I can bet on this game, and that's hard for me.
Well, who do you think is going to win?
I think Kansas is going to win, but I don't want them to. So I don't really care, though. I'm not that invested in who wins. I just hope it's a good football game.
I hope it's a blowout. The Eagles destroy the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes retires and says, I can't take it anymore, so the Broncos can win a division again. How about that? That's
that
a
won't
prediction.
happen either.
That's going to happen. And we got a prop bet on Mahomes retiring after the game.
A prop That's got to be bad odds.
I'll bet $1 I can win $14 million.
You'll probably just lose $1, to be honest.
Yeah, probably, but you could.
John, Valentine's Day is a couple days away. Do you and Michelle celebrate it? Do you guys do anything special?
Yeah, we do. I mean, nothing like, when we're dating or anything, but yeah, I'm taking the day off, which is weird. I haven't taken like a Valentine's Day off. But yeah, I'm taking the day off on Tuesday.
Nice.
We'll just hang out. We're gonna do something fun. So we're gonna play the game Blanc, that Blanc game that's coming out, the co-op.
And then you're gonna Blanc on her.
We're gonna play Blanc. But here's the best part: we're gonna order a pizza. And then we're just going to play Blanc while we're eating pizza, get our hands all oily.
Greasy.
Yeah. It's just, we're going to just do old school, whatever. The kids will be in school.
Nice.
And yeah, just hang out. I mean, we're probably not going to play Blanc all day, but maybe we could.
Well, there's other stuff. Will you maybe rub one out the morning of, the night before? So maybe, you have a little better sets later in the day.
I'll send you a picture when I do.
Rubbing one out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because in the end, you're my Valentine as well. You're my
That's
podcast
true.
Valentine.
Are you a believer in the candy underwear?
No, not at all.
It just doesn't seem realistic, right?
I got an ex-girlfriend of mine edible underwear one time. This is a long time ago. It was not what I thought it would be. It's like a fruit roll-up. Or at least the one I got.
No, I'm kind of into that.
It's probably a really bad fruit roll-up, especially once it's worn.
The ones I always see are the ones that are like the candy necklaces. They almost look like Smarties with the holes in them. Those ones.
Like where? Like a necklace or?
Well, no, but it's like a thong and a bra. You haven't seen those?
God. No.
Google that. Yeah, candy underwear.
Something I wear, yeah.
I'm going to find a picture. I'll post it in the Discord so everyone knows exactly.
So you're basically saying that's what you're getting Amy this year?
No. I will probably just go to bed at 9 o'clock. I'll probably watch some TV. She'll turn around and sleep.
So you guys don't exchange gifts on Christmas. You don't do anything for Valentine's?
No. We're beyond those years. I feel like
I don't think she is. I think you are. I think it's time for surprise Valentine's this year, Drew. Drew is so like right now. I'm looking at Drew's eyes. He is focused, looking for edible underwear right now.
I might buy this G-string. Look at this thing. I mean, if this isn't the sexiest thing you've ever seen, here it comes.
If that's not the tastiest thing have ever seen,
you just want to like.
Oh my God, I do not know.
But like, here's the thing with that: like, you're gonna be biting that off. Like, hold on, I gotta chew these things. Like, that's not like it's like I don't.
And there looks like there's 200 candies on it.
Minimal. Oh boy!
I don't know if I want any part of the string on the back, though. I think I'm off on that one. All right. Well, I think we know how Valentine's is going to go for you this year.
Uneventful, but it sounds like you're gonna have an exotic day of candy underwear, pizza, and Blanken.
Yeah, exactly.
So what about you? What have you been up to? I mean,
I went into the office yesterday.
Did you send me some pictures? It was a little. It felt like The Last of Us. Like it was like a downtown Denver. Like the picture you took was legit skyscrapers downtown, and not a person in the picture.
Not a single person.
And it was like midday. It was like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it wasn't like the heart of downtown, but it's the path I take after I get off the train. No, it was crazy. It was like. I've been downtown. That was my third time downtown since the office is closed in March 2020. One time was right after they opened the office, and I was like, let me go. I want to go to the office because I had stuff there. I had food in my drawers. Like we couldn't go into the office. So I went there and I went through, I brought home some stuff. Then the second time I went is when they were getting rid of our desks, and it was just going to be sort of a boutique where you can go in the office and claim a desk. And so we had to clear our desks out. So yeah, I went in and got all my Amiibo figures and like all my toys and everything.
You had Amiibo sitting on your desk?
Oh yeah, I had like a bunch of Amiibo. I had my Xena figurine. Like I had my desk all decked out. So I had to grab that. Huh. And then I went yesterday because my new manager was taking us out to lunch. So like 6 of us met the new manager. And it was cool to be in the office again. And then I found out it was the last day the office was going to be open because they're closing the office beginning of March. So they're going to start taking everything out. So it was like, it was sad, and I don't like the office. It's dark, dingy. I've never been a big fan of it. We don't get free snacks or drinks or anything like that. Never was a big fan of it.
Which normal office place just gets free snacks and drinks? Like, what is that? It's like
in my industry, it's very common. Very common.
I'm in the wrong industry.
I did a contract job for a company that had a massive kitchen just with every snack you can imagine. So like the soda machines that you see in like a deli where you just open the window, open the glass, and just take it. It was great. It was fantastic.
I always thought that was a scam. Like, do you ever see, it always reminds you of the South Park movie when, like, they try to do the La Resistance, and they're like, oh, free punch and pie. And then when they get there, like, where's the punch? Oh, we just said that to get you here. Like, I thought that was always, like, the scam when people... So you guys have this stuff.
Yeah, no, well, we don't.
Well, not you,
that's
but...
the problem. So I was never a fan of The Office, but we almost had to start going back in 2 times a week. And then the next day they said that they were actually closing the Denver office down. So
lucky you.
I was pretty excited. So, but it was still sad. Went there yesterday. I took a bunch of pictures and left and was like, all right, goodbye. It's one of those things where I like the adventure of going downtown. I like interacting with my teammates. I don't want to do it 5 days a week or 4 days a week or even 2. But like, as somebody said, once a month would be great. So,
if you want to be social, once a month.
Because, well, if I lived next door, I'll go in a few days.
You could walk out your front door, grab your lunchbox, and walk to work.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, how long's your commute with the train and shit?
I mean, it takes like 45 minutes. I've got to drive. I got to walk. I got to take a train. It's just all these parts. And who knows what crazy person you're going to run into on the train or whatever. So it was sad, but like at the same time, glad I went, got to meet the manager and everything. Had a fried chicken for lunch. It was pretty darn good.
From where? Not from there. It wasn't for free.
I don't remember the name of the place. I'd never been there, but it was right next to the train station. It was
pretty good. Out, you find new things.
Because I don't go downtown that often, especially now with kids. It's like we're not trudging down there. But yeah, it was nice. How about
There's
you?
nothing in Denver that's like worthwhile. Like downtown Denver is not. What about Casa Bonitas?
That's not downtown. Downtown Denver it's nice. It's not like going to New York City. It's not like going to Philly. It's not like going to a big town.
Yeah.
It's mostly just corporate offices and then a rotating amount of restaurants. Not a lot to see and do. Most of the stuff that's good to go is around in the Denver area, so it's not that big a deal. And it's there's less people. A lot of the restaurants have just left. It's kind of getting a little empty-ish down there. Just part of like the COVID effect. But yeah, it'll come back eventually. They'll figure something new to do.
They always do.
I'm just glad I don't have to go into work anymore. There's not even an office anymore.
Can't beat that.
Yeah. So how you doing?
Good. Busy. Work has been just busy. But no, not much else. This is the time of year that's just not a lot's happening. The weather has been fucking crazy lately. It's negative 10 degrees. Yesterday was 65 degrees outside. We're outside in shorts, riding bikes. Like, it's February. I don't get it. I don't understand. But yeah, it's good. Hockey season is actually almost over, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, it's winding down. Life is just good.
When's your retirement party?
I don't know. I have my last game next weekend, and then I do have a playoff game in the schedule. The way playoff games are, you don't know. You just know kind of the weekend. You don't know where it is or what time it is yet, because it depends on what seed is where. So, but yeah, but there's been a little bit of drama with the assigner. So if he steps down and a new guy comes in that I'm buddies with, you never know. You never know.
Oh, you're going to stay? Are you kidding me? Come on.
I'd say the 95% chance retirement maybe just went to 85.
Wow.
Well, think about it. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, but if it's someone I know and I said, listen, I'll go to like the 3 local rinks that are within like 45 minutes. I don't want to go to Boston anymore. If that works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, I understand. I don't want to be like, But yeah, if it's all local stuff, I don't have to really travel, go like drive to Boston on a Friday night, then I'm all for it.
I wish people understood how much you bitch about it. Like you bitch about
so
it
much.
constantly.
No, people know. People in my life know how much I bitch about it. It's nice though. I just got a check today. Just a random check, $900. Like it's just, you almost forget about it.
You're a whore. You're not retiring. I mean, like from the sound of it, it's not happening now.
85%. I'm retiring.
85% chance.
Well, breaking news, guys. Manscaped now sells beard products. Not that breaking because we said it about 3 weeks in a row, but that's right. They're once again revolutionizing men's grooming with a brand new beard hedger Pro Kit. I gotta stop here. I tried it the other day.
Like, wait, contractually, you're not supposed to stop.
Well, I don't really care. I'm stopping. I tried it, and this is probably really contractually bad. It's not for me. It's not for me.
Really?
I'm a clean shaver, right?
Yeah.
That it doesn't work for me. Like
but it's a beard trimmer. It's not a face
trimmer.
shaver.
That's my point. It's a trimmer. Yeah. If I didn't shave for, let's say, 2 weeks, then it would be for me. But I clean shave down to the baby's bottom 3 times a week.
Well, Drew, Nintendo Switch is not for me because I can't play Horizon Zero Dawn on it.
We did talk about that a little bit later. But anyways, from a beard trim... Oh, I gotta scroll. From a beard trim to
it's a little
shave,
paragraph.
The technology behind the beard hedger Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard look. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet. By going to manscaped.com, use the code NINDADS for 20% off and free shipping. You know what I did use the other day and I do love is my Lawnmower 4.0. I mean, if you are a man that grows hair and you don't own one, I don't know what else to tell you. It's simple. You got to buy one.
I will say that is a must-have product.
It's a must-have product.
I spent years never grooming down there, and then I did it with butcher scissors.
Ugh.
But to talk about it some more, I would just take the scissors and I just like hope I don't nick something. That one's the best of product. But the beard trimmer, like really, I took my existing trimmer and I just put it away. I didn't get rid of it yet, but I just put it in my drawer.
Wow.
And the Manscaped beard trimmer it's so smooth and it's really quick. I mean, like I'm just kind of go boom, 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 and then like I'm done. The other one I had to kind of go a little more slowly.
So what setting do you put it to? Because it has like 0 through 10, whatever that means.
It feels like it runs shorter. So like I usually do 2.5 on my other shaver.
Okay.
But 2.5 on this is too small. So I don't know why that is, if there's some adjustment I didn't do. So now I'm kind of doing like I started a 4 and see where I am. I've only done it a couple times, so I'm still
I think
working
that's
my way.
Problem. I need to grow a beard and then give it another chance. But that's not me. So I mean, why would I think
but even
beard?
like before you shave, if you grow a beard, like I'll trim. And then if I'm going to shave, which I never do anymore,
correct,
but then you shave.
I guess my point, even at like a 0, it doesn't get like I have like a bronze, whatever that brand.
LeBron.
That gets me down to almost clean shaven, and then I can use a straight razor to clean it up. This, even on a 0, doesn't get like for every 2 days, it's not doing enough.
Right. Horizon is not on the Nintendo Switch. I don't understand.
I don't.
It's a beard trimmer, Drew. It's not shaving you.
That's my point. I need a face hedger.
Manscaped, please keep sending us products. Don't listen to this guy. I'll edit him out if you need me to. I can do that.
Listen, I just said I love your products. I just don't have a beard.
Yeah. No, that is perfectly fine.
I don't have you want me to use it on my balls and tell you what I think? Then sure.
Yeah, for TikTok. Yes.
All right, for TikTok.
All right.
And now, Monthly Mayhem.
Monthly Mayhem? But that's just the name of the spot. Let's talk about our February Apple review contest. We're giving out 2 $20 gift cards. I know last week I said $25. That was a mistake. Nintendo does not put out $25 eShop cards.
Weird.
Only 20. We're giving out 2 $20 eShop cards to two different random Apple reviewers. What you need to do?
You're not going to each get 2. One person gets 1.
One per person,
it's
right?
Not
so you have 2 chances to win.
2, yes.
All you have to do is give a new review or update your existing review. Words. We want words, not just a star, but words. And you will be eligible to win. We will pick 2 when we do our show. If you haven't done a review before, please give us a review. We really want the new reviews. I think those are way better. I know you've probably heard of this contest over and over and over again. You're going to have 2 chances to win $20 of eShop cash with all of these games coming out that we're about to talk about. So just do it right now. You've procrastinated enough. Just stop and do it now. All right. I'll send you pictures of Drew's mom if you want. Whatever it takes. Everybody would be a winner.
I'll send you pictures of my balls.
I mean, you don't even need the eShop money after that. Like, I mean, it's just insta win. Everybody wins. So get those in before the end of February. I'm not sure when we're going to pull those, but we'll pull those after February. Merch. We have merch. You can check us out at bit.ly/dads-merch-shop. That's all I need to say about that. Buy some merch. We got some cool stuff up there. Now, Monthly Mayhem. Ding Dong XL was the game. We had a month. We had 3 competitions going for all 3 modes that are in Ding Dong XL. The solo mode, which is called classic mode. Dual mode, where you play with 2 Joy-Cons. I like that one. And infinite mode. We're going to announce the winners right now, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit. The winner of classic mode is the Informant with an astounding 389.
How long do you think that take? That's like a 20-minute game.
I will say the solo mode is fun, but it takes a while. Once you die, it takes a while, and you have to be patient playing through it. But it's a little more fair than the dual mode. The dual modes can be unfair.
I did look up. He has put in 10 hours.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for
that. That's actually
but when you get into the almost 400, it's got to be 20 or 30 minutes a game.
No. Oh, no. Not 20 minutes a game.
Maybe 10. It feels like it, though.
For solo mode to get to 389 probably takes about 4 minutes, I would say.
No chance. John, you don't understand. That alone right there is what? 6 minutes if you did 1 a second.
You're not doing one a second. You're going bam, 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 and then you're hitting.
Maybe in the beginning.
When you get the wild card, the superstar, you go bam, 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 bam,
I still
and
think
you're
that's a 6 to 8 minute game.
I mean, what was your high score in classic mode?
I don't know if I even posted it.
157. Oh no! You didn't. Oh, you had 186.
I gave up on classic. I focused on infinite mode. That was my favorite mode by far, infinite.
I will say for a long time I had like the only 200 score, and then at the end, people just poured it on. In fact, today, no, not today, but there was an informant had 389. I was second place with 278. Think about it. That's 111 points better than second place.
That's crazy.
That's a blowout. That's crazy. All right, duel mode. The winner of duel mode is the Informant with 248 points.
Guy's a Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer.
I mean, like, I think the guy, for 10 hours, that's a lot of ding dong. That's a lot. You can't win twice, though. So the second place winner for duel mode is Texas Trey with 220.
220.
Well done. The two of them were just going back and forth. Top of the leaderboards. I mean, like, these scores are like top 100 all time on Ding Dong. Crazy stuff. Today I did duel mode because somebody got 199. I think the Informant posted a 199, and I was like, let me give the duel mode a try again, because it can be a little bit unfair.
I don't like the duel mode.
My second try, I got a 200. I was like, oh yeah, and I kept going, but then I couldn't top 200 anymore. So 248 is crazy, because there are these blue blocks that will just go towards your paddle. So you can get in situations where you're holding the ball and there's nothing you can do. You don't get an opening to escape. So you definitely needed some luck on the duel mode for sure. But great performance for Texas Trey. And then infinite mode, which is the Frogger of Ding Dong XL.
I love infinite mode.
Drew, you were an early leader in this category. You were really good.
It was the hammer.
The hammer.
I was hammering.
But Bob Cousy takes it with a 179. He actually edges out. He's the only one to have defeated the Informant. He had a 162, and the Informant did not lack for trying, but my high score was 95.
I think I could have maybe hit 200. I mean, it might take me another 5 hours, which I was not going to do, but 179 is a hard score, but I think it's a little beatable.
What was your secret to this one? Because I couldn't figure this one out at all.
There's not a huge, I don't know. You just, sometimes you have to just go back and forth while you're waiting for the right gaps. And, it's not necessarily about how far you can get. It's about all the bonuses. You need to hit every bonus that you see come across the screen. When you have the bonus that gives you like the superstar, you want to try to hit the blocks. You don't want to just try to go as far as you can. It was all about the bonus points. And I think I looked at Cousy's score. I think he had like 60-something bonus points, which means he only made it like 120 lines.
Right. That's crazy.
It was all about the bonus points in infinite mode.
All right, so all three of you guys are going to get $10 eShop credit. By the time you hear this, you will have it in your pocket. Oh, no, Cousy wants PlayStation, so.
No, I don't allow
it. But great job, everybody. That was a fun monthly mayhem. We are going to have another one, Drew. What, next episode?
I think next episode. Maybe we'll do it in a week. We'll see.
Okay. All right.
A lot of games to play right now that we all have access to. That's all I'm going to say.
We've got a couple ideas. I think they're both good. We just haven't settled on one. But we're going to give it a break. Let's everyone come down a little bit from the ding dong. Just everyone come on down a little bit.
Take your hands off the dong.
Yep.
Just relax for a minute.
There's a lot of games out right now. Just play whatever, and then we'll come back. We'll be fine.
It's time to talk about what we've been playing.
All right, Drew, what have we been playing? Why don't you kick us off?
I have to say, I know you didn't talk a little bit about Bayonetta because I listened to your special. Yes, I listened to the whole hour special about you breaking down a game and very detailed stuff.
That's why you're my Valentine.
It is. I love you, John. But first of all, well done. Very well done. You actually had a layout. I could tell. Capitalized on that. But I have to say the highlight of the entire hour was by far when you compared Bayonetta 3, folks, to Sports Story. It made my day.
Yes.
It made my day. You didn't do it once. You did it like 3 times.
It was hard not to compare them.
Gave it a 7. So the fact that you compared it to such a shitty game and then gave it a 7 was just a beautiful thing to hear.
Well, I compared elements of it to Sports Story, but it was not
That is a fact.
Not the shitty experience of Sports Stories.
All right. I'm gonna open this one up for you, and I'm gonna start by it, and then I'm gonna let you finish it. Fire Emblem Engage. I jumped on the bandwagon. I had an opportunity arise. Thank you. You know who I'm talking about out there. First of all, never played Fire Emblem game in my life. So you told me, you said, Drew, be wary. This might not be for you. You know, you respected me on that. But opportunity arose. I jumped on it. And I'm going to say off the bat, this game, like the visuals blew me away. I don't know why. It just was something about it. I loved the art style of it. Even like the voice acting with the art style. I really, really wanted to like this game. I also really wanted to quit after like 20 minutes, but I didn't. I said, I'm going to keep going a little bit. You know me. I'm not like a dialogue heavy guy. Like too much dialogue, I'm going to start hitting the A button.
Yeah. Unless
it's really intriguing. I think I ended up beating maybe 3 chapters. It's just, it's not for me. I just wasn't in the mood to dive deep into this type of strategy style game. And, you know, and I love tactic type style games. Just this was I couldn't get into it. So John, you were right. Fire Emblem's not for me. But I will say, you know, we had this conversation. Can you not like a game, but can it still be good from your point of view? And
oh, absolutely.
And this is a perfect example. I can tell that this game is a great game. I really can tell that it was polished. It had its fun moments, and it's not for me. Not for me.
Yeah. I had a feeling. I was hoping it would be for you. I
wanted to try it.
Yeah. Because you did like Wargroove.
I did.
Yeah. I loved it. I adored it. I finished it up. I think it took me 46 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I will say that early on, the story was not so exciting. I was getting a little bored by it. I still listened to it, but I wasn't loving the story. And then the back half of the game, the story starts getting twisty and a lot of really great story beats. So it really made the last part of the game, like I kept having to do one more stage. But yeah, by the time I finished it, I loved it. Lost some characters, including one of my favorite ones. But that's usually how I play these games. I don't let anybody die, but once I get to the end, the last couple stages, if I have to let you go in order to just finish the game off, I will. I'm not going to try to like do it perfectly. So yeah, I lost a handful of people at the end, just as I'm running at the boss, and like some dude dies, and it's like, you took one for the team, but now I get another round of attacks. But really loved it, and yeah, I mean it's Game of the Year candidate already. It's that good. I think you have to like turn-based games. If you don't like turn-based games, you're not going to like this. The thing I really liked about it, though, is the emblem rings. That you can take the emblem rings and give them to different characters and just have different strategies. And when I played, I was kind of given the rings out randomly. I wasn't able to keep up on the particular skills that they gave. I felt that was a little complicated. There's all these sync skills and all these attack skills, and then the main skills, and I don't know, I was just getting a little confused by it all. But like I could take a character that was like one of my archers, and then they had the ability to heal the entire team from anywhere, and they go down to 1 hit point. And it was like I would just do that. It was just, there's so much you can do with this and strategizing. And then the thing about Fire Emblem games that's always really fun that gives it replayability is that most of the stages you can only use like 8 to 10 characters, really not that many. Mm-hmm. But that means, you know, your roster of like 30 people, there's just going to be people that rot on the bench. They just never play. They don't level up. And then the more they don't level up, the more they continue to not play. So, you kind of have to pick and choose who you want. Do you go with the same group every time? Do you keep rotating them? And there's just so much strategy. So you not only have that, but then you have the emblem rings and all that. So you can play this game multiple times, use different characters, do different rings, all sorts of stuff. Really, really, really enjoyed it. And yes, it looks gorgeous. The cutscenes are great. Just it's fascinating. So well done, Nintendo. I applaud you.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, and then like you said, I did play Bayonetta 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a cathartic experience for me. Relieve some tension off the shoulders, moving on with my life. I did enjoy it. The game has some warts and some weird gameplay decisions, that sort of thing. The graphics aren't great. The environments are boring. There's some like large open areas that are really bland to run through. A couple things I didn't mention on the review, but one of them was, I didn't realize that there was like lots of different weapons. Every time you beat a major boss, you actually got a weapon, but they didn't really like say it. Like there was one time I saw where they did say it. It just didn't occur to me that I could change my weapons. So I played the whole game with basically the same 2 weapons. So when I beat the final boss, I did it with my guns that I got in the beginning of the game. So that's an option.
Now, did the weapons make that bit of a difference?
You don't really upgrade the weapons, but they're good enough to get you through the game. But you don't really upgrade them. And I don't really know. I still don't know what the other weapons kind of are, but they have different skills, range attacks, that sort of thing. But yeah, I was able to beat the game with the big club and then the original guns. I did buy a set of guns and I never used them. I don't even know the difference. The other thing I didn't mention on the review that I'm really disappointed with, because I really wanted to talk about it. This is a tiny, tiny spoiler, but not a story spoiler. Just going to tell you, the final boss is like 14,000 phases. Like I'm not even joking. I'm only exaggerating like slightly. You constantly beat the final boss, and then they constantly have another phase, and then they turn into something else, and they have another phase and another phase. I'm going to say this: 14,001 phases, and here's why. I went into that boss battle. I loaded up on health, on health potion, on the health lollipops. I loaded up on the magic lollipops, which I don't really even use that much. I loaded up on the attack lollipops because I just had this extra money. I knew it was the final battle, and I was just like, buy them. So I was like 15 of each. I was super loaded. By the end of the boss battle, I thought I was going to die. I mean, I was like on phase 13,998. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker, I'm going to die. And then I don't even know if I can get my lollipops back.
One of those games. We've talked about that in the past, right? Like when you die, like at a save point, do you save consumables or do they yeah,
because Pokemon can do that to you.
Yeah, that's tricky, right?
Yeah. And in hindsight, of course, maybe using some of the newer weapons would have been better.
Good point.
So I don't know, but like probably the newer weapons might have been a little more better. But the reality was that this was like 14,000 phase off. But why I say 14,001? Because the game goes to credits. I did it. I beat him. Great ending, by the way. Beat him. But I had to pee like a motherfucker, right? So
I mean,
so I was like,
yeah,
you know how you watch the credits, you don't care about the credits that much, but you need the satisfaction of watching the credits.
Plus, you got to make sure it's saved, and then is there anything after the credits? Just
exactly.
Like, you got it.
I grabbed the Switch out of my dock because I was actually playing this game docked, and I go to the bathroom and I'm just sort of watching it.
Don't tell me you peed sitting down.
I was peeing sitting down. Well, that's why you pee sitting down, so you can watch the credits of Bayonetta 3.
Did you at least fart a couple times, make sure you had the poop or not?
I mean, I'm sure I did.
You got to push. I mean, you're sitting down, you might as well try.
Thanks, Mom. So I eventually get bored of the credits and I hit the skip button or whatever. It comes back to a cutscene and the fight fucking continued. I have like at this point 1 lollipop left.
Oh my god, your pants are down. You're panicking.
I'm like sitting here like, yeah, and I'm like on the bathroom and I am using the Joy-Cons because I didn't have the Pro Controller anymore. And I'm fighting this guy off. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? If I die, what happens? Do I have to do this whole thing? I just saw the credits.
Oh yeah.
Luckily I think it was a little easier, but I beat the last phase and then watched the rest of the story and then the game ended. It was like, wow. a boss battle that went through the credits.
I like it.
Insanity. But yeah, use the other weapons, and you can listen to the full review. Just look at the episode before this one, and listen to my 1 hour review of Bayonetta 3.
Indeed, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Whew. All right.
I've also been playing a little game that was been on my radar for quite some time. Before this past week, there was a little lull in games out that
Yeah.
fit my needs, at least. So I picked up a Drew game. Kind of a Drew game, kind of not a Drew game. So I think it's on a little bit bitter stale. It's called Bravery and Greed. The best way to describe this game is, since we described the shit out of, it's not Road Legacy though. It's more in the form of like, I'll say Dead Cells, John, because you're playing Dead Cells, right? Where it's that platforming type combat style, right?
Platform combat.
Sure. The point of this game is what I really liked about it is it kind of had that look and feel of like a Gauntlet Legends type style, where you could pick like a thief or a knight or a wizard, and it was, there was drops that you could pick up. It was a roguelike, and the problem I had off the bat with this game is that it had this big tutorial mode, which I said, well, I'm going to play through it to make sure I understand everything, and the controllers just got so complicated. Like, think about a 2D, I'm going to call it a side scroller, right? Platformer, beat 'em up, that uses every single button on the controller, and they all do different things.
Right.
Like just not necessary. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then it started doing like the Smash Brothers thing, which I hate. Like, well, if you push down A, this happens. But if you push left A, never mind. And then if you hit LA, I'm like, oh my God, like this is too much. Like, right. I just want to hit A to like beat the shit out of a guy with a sword, and the B for my potion, and maybe like X for my special. Like, that's all I need. I don't need all these extra little prairies and weird moves, and I don't know. So I made it through the first boss, and I quit. I quit the game. I just said it was not for me.
You're just not having any fun whatsoever.
No, I set the game. I quit that week. I wasn't happy, and it was just like, I'm not having fun. It's like I feel like I'm struggling to beat the bosses and stuff because it's the controls. I can't get the controls down. But the game is kind of shines because it's one of those. I guess the big promotional piece of it is that it's online and couch co-op, so you can play up to 4 people online if you have buddies, or you could play couch co-op. Maybe it'd be a little bit more fun if you had multiple people playing in the room. But by myself, it was not for me. So that's Bravery and Greed. They showed this. I think they showed this in a direct a while back, in an indie direct.
You were pretty hot on it, I remember.
It looked great. Yeah, I was all in for it. And then I was just waiting for some downtime, and the downtime came. And I don't think it was cheap either, if I remember correctly. Like $20 or so. Oh
yeah, that's way more than a Drew game.
It's a lot of money when it's a game that then you end up not even playing.
Right. Yeah.
If it was like $5 or $4, I wouldn't feel as bad. But like, you spend $20 on a game, you're hyped about it, and then it just does not meet your expectations, and you don't even play it. It's like, well, that was kind of a waste.
That stuff drives me crazy. Like, if it's a physical game, I sometimes feel like maybe I'll just sell it, or you just put it on the shelf, you don't see it anymore. But like a digital game, you keep running across it in the eShop and whatever, and you're just reminded of it, and it makes you feel you feel awful.
I got 2 more. I don't know what else you got.
Give me one more, and then I'll go with mine.
I've been playing 007 GoldenEye because who the hell hasn't? Remember when I said be careful what you wish for, because these N64 games and Game Boy games, they show age. I'm going to admit where I'm wrong, and I was wrong with GoldenEye. This game plays really, really smooth, like great feedback. The fact that you can go into the menu stream, it is kind of hidden, but you can put the widescreen mode on. It's like 0 black bars in your screen. I'm saying this fills up your entire screen. They didn't just have like It's not like they still have the sides and then they made a wide screen. No, this fills up the entire screen of your TV. Pretty smooth, a lot of fun. I played through the entire campaign mode the first time through Agent, like riding a bike, finding the stuff. It was a good game. It was just as good as I remembered. I also got to play some online with good old Informant, Chris HL, and DeLeon. The 4 of us did a little voice chat one night. We played for like 2 hours. Seamless from an online point of view. Fucking Informant, Andy P, that guy. God, he's such a good gamer. Like, he was beating us, like, he would have 30 kills, and then the next person would have like 8.
Wow.
Like, he was that good. But what a fun time we had with these guys. Lots of fun laughs. We did throwing knives, and we did different scenarios with like the license to kill and the capture the flag modes. All a lot of fun. I'm gonna maybe play through this again, in the second difficulty, 00 Agent, whatever it is.
How long does it take to get through like one campaign?
No, a couple hours. I don't think it's anything crazy.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm not saying you have to use a guide, but there are some parts, if you never really played it in a long time, that like, where do I go or what do I need to do? Because it tells you the objectives, and like some of you get later on, there's like maybe 1 to 5 objectives, and like you have to get the key card to go do this. You're like, well, what do I do or where do I go? Like, it might just be you have to go to a random computer in the level and hit A,
right,
and then it uploads the data or something. So it is a little tricky. Unless you want to like waste the time of like going around and exploring these levels, which you could beat in 8 minutes, or do you want to spend 2 hours trying to figure it out? So I mean, it's really up to you as a player. I personally love these games. I beat them in the past. I don't mind, looking up like where's the computer I need to go hit A on, so I can move on. Like it's. I don't think that's cheating. People might say it is, but I think older games, that was the fun of it. You didn't have the internet. You had to explore. You had to talk to your buddies. You had to figure out where it was. And I think they designed the games knowing that. Yeah. Right. And I think that's why you can beat this whole game in a few hours versus maybe 20 hours or 30 hours back in the day, because you had to explore and figure it all out for yourself.
Or get Nintendo Power.
All right.
But yeah,
good. 007 GoldenEye on the NSO has been great. I want to play more online with some more people. It's a lot of fun.
What controls do you use?
I used the N64 controller when I was playing. I've only really played this not handheld. Just I played it mostly. I did try with the Pro controller. Just like any game, people were bitching about it. It's hard to figure out. You just get used to what the controllers are set at. But the N64 controller is the way to go. I will say, these games, they designed these games so good. I could play the entire game with just one joystick. I don't even really need to use the C buttons. They have this auto aim that, like, if you aim your gun even close to a guy, it kind of locks on to the guy. Mm-hmm. And then the R button just kind of locks you in place, and then you use the joystick to aim like the little scope. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you're just sitting in the way back and you're trying to, snipe a guy or whatever, you can just do it from the far back. The only problem is it's hard to like run and like move your gun and aim. But besides that, I mean, you can use the C buttons a little bit, but for the most part, great controllers.
Sweet.
All right, I'll do my last one after you.
Yeah, I've been playing, trying to like get all the punch cards on my Sony card. Ghost of Tsushima. This is a game that I've been wanting to play, but it's like another open world game. I don't want to get into it right now, but yeah, the time came and whatever. So I'm playing it off PS Plus Extra. It's just this is a nice game to have on PS Plus Extra, because this is a big time game, and it's the director's cut that you can play for free if you have PS Plus. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is a Japanese inspired game. It takes place, I don't know when it takes place, but the story here is you're on the island of Tsushima, and it's invaded by the Mongols of China, right? Mongolian Empire, I presume. And yeah, the opening story is really sort of fascinating. So you play as this guy, Jin Sakai, and you're part of a league of samurais, and your job is really sort of like a suicide mission. It's to attack the heart of the Mongolian army, and you all basically expect to die, but you're just trying to hold them off and delay them. And you just go, and there's attacking going on. There's some really great like dramatic scenes that happen during this time, and you get slain, but you're not quite dead. And so you sort of like get up, and somebody has sort of helped you out and recovered you. And then now it's like you're on your own. All your friends are dead. And and so your first big major mission is to go rescue your uncle. So it's very, I don't want to say authentic, because I don't know what authentic is for this time period, but it feels very authentic. And what's cool about it is the way they tell the story, the way you play the story is all just, it's not just the same thing. So when you play an open world game like this is, you have quests and side quests and whatever. In this game, they're tales, Tales, right? And they just, like, every time you play what would be a quest, they kind of show it to you as like a story. And this is the tale of Mizuno and whatever. And the storylines are very interesting, even if the action is often repetitive. But it's really great. And then what's cool is for each one of these tales, they'll tell you what the rewards are in advance. So it'll be like, oh, you can get this armor. So which is really cool. Quests don't always tell you what you get. So it's like, ooh, I'm going to go play this quest because I want to get this armor. Looks interesting.
So it's just like an open world Witcher type gameplay style?
It's essentially open world. You can pretty much go anywhere. You have a main quest line. You talk to people. Some side quests open up. You have a map, which is all foggy. It's a big map. It's a small map, but it like... you move very slowly across the map. So like something looks nearby and then it's like, this is 500 meters away. And you're like, oh my gosh. The combat's really fun. It's just sword play. So there's parrying. You basically have a sword and then you have an assassination dagger. And right now, I mean, that's really it. I think you can get some different swords. I'm still using my base sword. I've upgraded it once. I need to upgrade it more actually. But yeah, but you learn techniques. So you learn different stances, you learn, different ways to parry, all sorts of that. But really, it's sword combat. I don't think I'm going to be picking up a machine gun in this game. So I'm enjoying that. Like I said, a little repetitive, but the tales and all that, it makes it very interesting. And then you're upgrading your weapons, you're upgrading your armor, you collect stuff. There's not a lot of things to collect in the game, which I love. Like literally you'll see something, you go pick it up and it says you gained 5 supplies. I like that they don't make up like iron and steel and this and that and carbon. It's like, it's just supplies and you need 800 supplies to upgrade your sword. So I like that. But the thing that really stands out in this game is the visual appeal. It takes place think about fall and the leaves coming off the trees. Like you're up in that region of the country. Mm-hmm. You're constantly in areas where there's like orange leaves falling down around you and they're all over the floor. And when a leaf hits the ground, it like hits the ground. It doesn't just disappear. Like it adds to the floor. Very pretty game. And they...
this PlayStation 5 you're playing?
This is on PlayStation 5. And the UI is very minimal too, which is really neat. When you're playing games like this, generally you have a little mini map. Mm-hmm. They have very little UI on the screen because they want you to see all the pretty visuals. So this game does something I've never seen before. When you need to figure out where you want to go, you can hit start and look at a map, but they don't show you a mini map on the screen. But if you take, the PS4 and the PS5 controller have that big like touchpad button in the middle.
Yep.
Most games don't even use it, or they just make it one big button. This game, if you swipe upward on that pad, it makes the wind blow, and the wind blows in the direction you need to go. It's just really neat. So yeah, you don't have shit all over the screen. Did they explain
that, or did you just find that out by chance?
Yeah, no, they explain it to you.
That's cool.
But yeah, so you don't have shit all over the screen. So when I played The Witcher, I had health meters and I had a mini map and this and that. It's very minimal. It's actually on the bottom left corner. You see your health, and then you have your resolve and just little circles.
Game? That was a Nintendo game. Maybe I don't know which one that. It was like L or R just turned off everything on the interface.
And I've seen that too, where you hide it. But
But
yeah,
it's just
like
one
there's just
button, just back
none.
and forth, and turn it on and off. So it's not like
Right.
you go to the menu or anything.
Right. But this is just like there's just no UI. It's great. So you really see everything. So I'm really liking it.
Nice.
I mean, I went a day and a half without playing it because I got addicted to some other stuff, but it's really enjoyable. It's nice to just be like, okay, you pick a quest, you play through it. It's kind of a really interesting story, and then you're done, and then you get some rewards, and then you're like, okay, what am I going to do next? It's just one of those games. Just
But
give
this
me
is
the
probably
next quest.
another
Give me the next
100-hour
quest.
game, right?
I have heard that the game is really like 20 hours if you just follow the main quest and just some side quests. I don't know if I'll try to 100% this game. There's like collectibles where you get one and it's like, that's one of 80. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck that. No, I'm not going to do all the collectibles, but I might be inclined to do all the side quests just to get all the stories and everything. I'll probably do that. But really enjoyable. I mean, this is a big time game. This is obviously, I'm not discovering this. This is a well-known game, but I'm glad I'm finally playing it.
I've heard of this game. I've seen this game. I just never really knew much about it, but that sounds intriguing.
And honestly, I don't even know what's in the director's cut. I'm just going to play.
Yeah,
I'm going to play what it is. I don't know.
Just enjoy it. You don't have to worry about it. Yep. Nice. The last game I'll mention is, we're going to talk about the direct in a minute, but I had to go in there and check out the Game Boy games, and I am playing Minish Cap. I never played this one, John, because I didn't have a Game Boy Advance, and there wasn't an easy way to play it, really. I am about 50% done with this game. I beat 2 of the dungeons already out of the 4. And
how do you know? You think there's only 4 dungeons in this game? I'm sure there's not 4 dungeons in this game.
You're right. There might not be, but just based on the storyline, you have to collect the 4 elements. There might be like a 5th final Hyrule Castle dungeon, maybe.
Yeah.
So, but I'm about 50% done. I beat 2 of them, and I'm in that, I'm in the Zelda loop, right? You do a dungeon, you get something new, then you go do like 2 hours of like exploring and finding the stuff that you can now do. Yeah. So I just did all of that as well. So now I'm on track to go find the third dungeon. But this game is great, and we'll talk about it later. But this obviously a top-down Zelda game holds up very well.
Oh yeah,
and the Game Boy Advance holds up pretty well. I played both handheld and I even played on the TV, and it's great. It's a lot of fun.
It's a bit Zelda upscaled, game. But yeah, GBA games look and play great.
Especially for a top-down Zelda game. I mean, you're not looking. It is what it is. Like you're used to seeing these games.
Yeah. So my wife called this one. My wife has been wanting Minish Cap. She keeps saying, "I want Minish Cap," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like she wanted like a Minish Cap remaster.
Oh, like Link's Awakening. Yeah.
But like as soon as they said the GBA, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be Minish Cap, right?" And then sure enough, so she's actually playing this too. So
great. Well,
you and her are playing the first.
She is.
Yeah. She got lost for a little bit. She was getting really frustrated. There's a part where you have to do a swinging sword attack near a guard, near a door. She did not know that, and she was just going all over the place, and she did not know what to do. These games don't hold your hand as much.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, when we had GBAs back in the day, and we had one cart, and we would switch back and forth. We both loved this game. It's a great game. I have it. Wait, hold on. Wait. Don't go anywhere.
So your Zelda cabinet?
No, where is it? Oh, I think it's over there. I'll grab it in the break, but I have it in the box.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. My last game, I've been playing some Dead Cells still. I'm trying. I reset my data from when I played it years ago, and I'm trying to get another beat. You and I both got through this game.
We did.
And beat it. I think both of us used the same side object that you throw something on the ground and it just fires.
Machine gun style.
They've made so many changes to this game, Drew. There's 2 different ones that are like that, but you can't have 2 at a time, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, couldn't you have 2?
Yeah, so like if you pick up another one, it won't let you put it in your other slot.
Yeah, you can only
replace
slots,
it.
If I remember that game correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But if you pick up a second one that's maybe more powerful, you can only replace the first one.
They changed
so
it.
You do have to use 2 different side enemies. But my best run, I had one of those. It's like, once again, I'm not good enough at this game. I actually had to look up some strategy guides. So I got to the final, quote unquote, final boss, and I died. And I was just like, you know what? I need to look up some tips. There's something I'm doing wrong. And I did learn a couple things that I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. because they say the strategy really is if you have a red weapon to just upgrade nothing but red. But I tend to pick some of the other things sometimes to get the bigger HP boost.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to try to do it. And they say, look, you don't need HP if your weapon is OP. So I'm going to try some runs like that. But I'm playing Fire Emblem Engage. This is a new game that came out 2.5 weeks ago, I think. Looks pretty good. Very colorful. Tactics-based game. No, I'm playing this game again.
Why?
Good? I'm playing it again for two reasons. One, it was really good, and I wanted to try some other characters. But two, and we'll talk about it later, in the DLC, they gave us my favorite all-time Fire Emblem character, maybe second favorite all-time Fire Emblem character, and I'm super excited for that. So, and I didn't play with the DLC the first time. And my friend Dylan's like telling me about how you can use Dimitri and you can use Tiki and all that. And I'm just like, I wish I could. So I bought the DLC and now I'm playing through it again. Yeah, this game's great.
Let's get to the meat.
Drew, we got a Nintendo Direct. Woo! Saved our podcast. We had no idea what to talk about this week.
I mean, we just spent an hour talking about nothing, so we would have figured it out.
Yeah, we could. We'd probably be talking about edible underwear some more.
Yeah, we definitely could have. We would have looked up how much that costs.
So on Tuesday, we found out we're getting a Nintendo Direct. On Wednesday, we got a Nintendo Direct. Very exciting. Let's go through it. We got plenty of time. We're ahead of schedule here. But before we start, Drew, I've got a fun fact for you.
Let's hear it. Lay it on me.
This is more of a trivia question.
Oh, well, I sucked at trivia, so.
There is only one Nintendo character with a visible vagina in-game. Who is it?
Mushroom Kingdom World or no?
Not Mushroom Kingdom World. Sorry, not Peach.
Is it?
But you see her Peach.
Did this happen during the Direct? Is that why you're saying this?
It did. It is the Empress Bulblax who gives birth to Bulborbs. This trivia is brought to you by Dylan. I told him I would say this in the show. And I said, it's vagina? And he goes, well, where do you think babies come from? I was like, you're right. So, yeah. The first game that we got on the Direct, quite surprisingly, really, I didn't even think we would even mention Pikmin 4.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about still, to be honest.
Pikmin 4. Watch the trailer again.
But before we do this, I need to rewind for a second because you mentioned Dylan.
Killed my transition, man.
I don't care.
Just crushed it in your hands.
Done. It's dead because Dylan. I need Dylan's help here for a minute for two reasons. One, we went through what we've been playing. I didn't even talk about that. My whole life this week has been consumed by Pokemon Shield. It's been so consumed. I didn't even bring it up. I'm 45 hours into that game. I have 250 Pokemon, and I need a Pokemon Master's help because I'm still a novice. So Dylan reminded me of that. Anyone else out there that can help me, please tell me what I'm doing wrong. If I want to, I beat the game. I have the DLC. I've got my Incineroar. I found the fucking Diglets everywhere. I got my Cub Food guy. Good. I'm good there, right? How the fuck am I supposed to know this 150, 200 more Pokemon that I need to catch? How do I know where they are and which ones I need without, like, just running around searching? And then when I come across them in the field, there's no way of knowing if I have that guy or not already. I know if you run into them and open up a fight, it shows like the little red Pokeball, but that's too time consuming. I want to know just by looking at a guy in the eyes, do I have that motherfucker? That's what I want to know. Someone help me. John, can you help me?
I think there used to be a sound if you didn't have it. I think there's something subtle. It's not like on the screen, but I can't say.
Is in Pokemon Shield, I need to know that fact because I want to complete the Pokédex. I'm fucking G-Matson left and right. I'm Dynamatson. I'm 5-star rated. I'm fucking killing it.
And Evan.
Oh yeah, we've done like 12 5-star raids. I've G-matched like 4 different characters.
Sounds dirty.
It does. Killing it. Someone help me. Sorry to derail you. Back to fucking Pikmin.
Why don't you fucking Google it, Drew? Why don't you just ask Google?
Googling anything Pokemon, there's like 10 million hits, and it's for different games, and I just need someone to explain it to me like I'm a fucking child. That's what I need.
Pikmin 4 is coming in July. Somebody help Drew. He needs your help.
I need help.
He used to hate Pokemon. Now he's like obsessed with Pokemon. It's so much a part of his life. He can't even remember it was a game he played because it was real life.
I literally played the minutes before I came on this podcast.
Anyway, when you came.
Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4 is the first game we saw. Looks like Pikmin. Some differences are there's a dog, adorable. That looks like it. There was at one point it was holding an item and it said 10 out of 10. So I think the dog counts as 10 Pikmin. Ice Pikmin. We have a new Pikmin type. I can't remember the last time we had one. Is that a
big deal?
That's a huge deal because it opens up different strategies. Yeah.
Listen. Pikmin's not for me. It doesn't have to be. I'm happy for you guys it is. I'm not going to go bash it and say this was a shitty game. I don't care about it. I don't care about it, but I'm happy.
But you've never tried it.
Fact, I have not. It doesn't look fun. I don't get it. My daughter
Pikmin is super chill. You got to manage your little guys. There's something addicting about just growing more and more Pikmin. You find a tomato, they bring it back to the ship, and then you have 10 more Pikmin. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is, but there's lots of different types of Pikmin. I think they're up to like 5 types of Pikmin. So this would be like 6.
5.
Yeah, well, and I'm kind of hoping, I don't know, maybe someone probably analyzed the trailer. I didn't, but like maybe throw in some ice Pikmin in the water. Usually they drown in the water. Like maybe it freezes the water and you can like skate across. Would be kind of cool.
Sure.
But like overall, it looked like a Pikmin game. Love it. Day one. Looks great. Comes out July 21st. That's sooner than I thought. I thought it was going to be a little later in the year, but I mean, it is the second half of the year, but I don't know. It feels a little earlier than I thought. So good start. And there's still a lot of trailer to kind of analyze and whatever. You should try Pikmin 4. I think you should try it. I think your kids would love it.
We'll see where my life is at in July.
Okay.
Summer's not good. I'm laying by the pool.
Let's see how the edible underwear goes over with Amy.
Maybe I'll wear that by the pool.
Next up was Xenoblade 3 DLC. Everybody who predicted it, they got it right. Look, I don't know what you're getting. I think we're up to Wave 2. Wave 2 was released right after the Direct, or Wave 3. I don't freaking know.
I don't know anymore.
I'm not into all of the different Xenoblade stuff. I enjoyed the game, but I did not love the game. And sometimes, Drew, I even think about replaying the game. Like maybe I just missed something.
You've said a lot of stuff in your life. That's the dumbest.
I agree.
Like your replayable games, The Witcher, like, yeah, you know what? That's not for me, but I get it. It's a good, like you playing, I'm done. Like we're in a fight if you play this game again.
I will say that. I mean, there's games I want to replay and then I never get to it. So obviously I'm thinking about it, but I don't. Xenoblade 3, man, I don't know if I can possess myself to play it again. Maybe one day, but I don't know.
That just remember that last 10 hours when you thought you were done every turn.
I mean,
might have been less 15
absolutely
hours.
Right. Yeah, that whole last section was gruesome. I don't know. So anyway, Xenoblade 3 DLC, have at it. Next up was a bit of a surprise. Samba de Amigo is coming to the Switch. Okay, this was like a Dreamcast classic.
Okay, so that's where I needed to understand where it came from. Dreamcast?
Yeah, it came out on Dreamcast, and you got the maracas. And to buy the maracas, I don't know what the prices of them are, but I remember those were really expensive and hard to find, the maracas. I think it was on the Wii. But yeah, it's coming to Switch now. It's got 40 songs. Honestly, I don't know what you thought about this one, Drew, but I was looking at it going, this is just a game I don't want to play anymore.
I feel the same way.
I don't know.
Listen, I think this whole, just like the Wii, like the Joy-Con motion thing, like it's old. It's old.
I think so. And like the music isn't like popular music. It's just like custom music. I get it. It didn't sound great. For a long time, I used to basically tape my Joy-Cons onto my Switch. So I didn't like to play any of these games because it's inconvenient. But now with my OLED, I can take them off. But yeah, what is my incentive to play this generic samba music?
It's,
DDR had real music. Just Dance has real music. I don't know. Final Fantasy, that the theater rhythm game
like
has Final
Donkey
Fantasy
Konga,
music.
but not Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's coming out summer 2023. Fashion Dreamer comes out 2023. I'm not sure either of us are really interested in this one.
Zoe was.
Oh, really?
A little bit.
It looks like it focuses on influencers, which I thought was an interesting language.
Yeah.
In the old games, it was just fashion, but now it's like, I'm an influencer. And it's like, they're definitely reaching out to that segment.
Yeah.
Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. Oh.
Now, we knew about this.
We did know about this. I think we got some new music and new shots in this one. Drew, I'm going to say this. You and I have talked about for 2 years now, like the Dead Cells DLC. DLC. Why do they keep releasing DLC? And most of that DLC was generic stuff. The Queen, the Seed, all that stuff. And then when they announced the Castlevania, that's when I started getting interesting. And then I like I just said, I deleted my data and I decided, you know what? I'm going to play Dead Cells again. I really enjoyed it. And I want to play the DLCs. And I was begging the gods not to release this or shadow drop it on Wednesday. And they gave us a month. Perfect timing. I have a month to finish Dead Cells, maybe do one of the DLCs. I have been playing so much Dead Cells and really understanding more mechanics and seeing the paths to the DLCs. I've found 2 doors that take you to DLCs that I don't have yet. I cannot wait for Return to Castlevania.
Here, so I'm trying to remember back. So all the previous DLC, has that been free?
No. One of them is free. The giant one, that was the first one. That was free. Yep. And then there's 2 others or 3 others that are paid. I think there's 3 others that are paid DLC.
And this is just a DLC. This is not a standalone?
This is DLC as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
I actually had made a mistake. I was talking to you before the show that I thought the DLC was $30, and I was like, no freaking way. The DLC is $10.
We've talked about this so much, but I'm going to bring it up again because, like, what's the correct, right, marketing strategy for a game like this, right? This is a great game. It's an older game now, right? What, 5 years old, I want to say? Whatever the hell it is.
At least, yeah.
But it's a great game. But, like, what's the marketing strategy here when you do all this confusing DLC? Like, is there more of a benefit to have your game and then kind of do, like, standalone DLC?
Yes.
Like if I never played Dead Cells, I want to just go buy Dead Cells, return to Castlevania for $10, boot it up, and not have to worry about all the other menu screens or just play it. Because I feel like I would. But to just know myself, I missed all these things and try to dive back in, it just sounds like overwhelming to me.
I have been avoiding their DLC because it's like once you miss one, you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm done or whatever. I don't know how this is going to form because all their DLCs are like, they're not like you start the game and you just play this mode. You have to sometimes you have to go through 4 or 5 stages,
which is
then
hard.
There's a different door. There's actually a Dead Cells map you can find online. That's like, like from the first stage, you can go to the sewers or you can go to whatever it is. And then those sewers might lead somewhere that you can't go the other way. So there's different paths. But yeah, like there's some of them I've gotten to a door where like 5 or 6 levels in where it's like, oh, now you can go to this DLC. Can you imagine?
So let me ask a dumb question. Let's say like I jumped on and I was I'm going to play Dead Cells again.
Yeah.
And I never bought any of the DLC. Could I technically see a door and it says like you can't access this door? Or would that door just never show up?
Yeah, no, yeah. You see the door and you go there and it says you need the blah, blah, blah DLC for this.
Oh, my God.
But it's fine. I mean, like...
It's not, though. I hate that strategy. I think that's a poor strategy.
I get it because it makes you feel... I don't want to talk about what their thinking is there, but I will say this. They should have probably made this one a standalone game. And I don't know if you can just go right into the Castlevania. If they make you go 3 levels and then go to Castlevania, that would be insane. I don't think that's what it is, because this whole game is themed Castlevania. I would have hoped they release this game and just say, this is whatever, Return to Castlevania. It's from the makers of Dead Cells. It's a standalone game. They should have just done that. Charge $10 for it. and then you'll still sell bunches of Dead Cells after.
Agreed.
I don't know what the format's going to be, but I will say that I probably will end up in the end having Dead Cells, all the DLC, and the Castlevania DLC by the time it's said and done. But I will play Return to Castlevania when it comes out. I'm not going to do them in order. So like when Return to Castlevania comes out, I will be in position to play this game, and I'm super excited for it. I'm super stoked. It's one of the most exciting things in the entire Direct for me.
Wow.
I really enjoyed hitting all the Dead Cells achievements again, learning new strategies. Remember when you tried to collect all the things in the jars?
Oh, yeah. Yep. The jars. Yep.
But like, you're not really, they say, don't try to do that, because in order to do that, you unlock all the weapons, and then you don't really get the best weapons. You get all the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of stopped unlocking things. Because there are only like a few weapons where I'm like, I feel like I can get through an entire run with this weapon. But anyway, Dead Cells, man, like this is a great time to just reset your data, play Dead Cells again, enjoy it, and then get Return to Castlevania March 6th. Can't wait.
Sure.
All right, next up, Tron Identity. I don't give a shit.
Timing. Me either, but this game's gonna sell. It's going to sell indirectly because you got the new fucking roller coaster in Magic Kingdom opening up in April, which is then going to make people go watch the movies, the old one, the new one, and then all of a sudden they're going to want to play a video game. Smart. This is smart. They're going to sell.
How many people are going to want to play Tron Identity after riding a roller coaster?
People are going to put this is about the hype train of Tron, and let's be honest, Tron sucks. All right.
Tron is the most overrated IP I think I've ever seen in my life.
The IP, this is, if there ever was, 2023 is the year of Tron. I hate to say it, but it's the truth.
Oh my God. When does that come out? April. Yeah. All right. Whatever.
Same month of roller coaster.
I'd rather play Fashion Dreamer than Tron Identity. Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, that comes out this summer.
Who cares?
Okay. Deca Police. I was listening to NBC this week. Deca Police is made by Level 5 Games, we know, and this is like a new IP for them.
Listen, this will look actually really cool. I'm
not
gonna lie. I don't know if I'll play it, but like the visuals, even the game style, it's very unique. Kind of had like a Professor Layton mixed in with like Astral Chain with like a little bit of turn-based strategy type combat.
Yep.
Intriguing. It's definitely intriguing. If this got good reviews, I could maybe pick it up.
Yeah, I definitely. And there's something about playing the birth of a new IP, right? I'm going to play Deca Police, and then I'm going to get their DLC, and then I can't wait for the second game, and I'm the Deca Police guy. It comes out 2023. We don't know when. I think the time frame it comes out will decide everything, right? Depends what else is out. There's a lot of games coming out this year. I could see playing this game. Next up, Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. This is the prequel. This is before the first game. In fact, they showed more information about it. They talked about the combat. Like you don't attack directly. You direct Cheshire and their attacks. Kind of ties in with Bayonetta 3 because Cheshire is a weapon of Viola. So that's interesting. And also, Cereza, Bayonetta is not her name. Her name is Cereza. And we learned in Bayonetta 3 that Bayonetta is a title that gets passed on. So in the end of this game, she might get the label Bayonetta. I don't know. But in this game, she is Cereza.
Makes sense.
So if you want to know what that means,
go listen.
But looks interesting.
But this release date, that's earlier than I thought.
Yeah, we knew that date already, though.
Oh, we did March. Okay.
Yeah, March 17th.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm definitely in on it. I'll buy a used copy, of course, but I'm definitely in on it. But it looks really good. Okay, Splatoon 3 expansion. We got to talk about this one real quick.
We do, because what the fuck did we watch?
That was a rare miss. I don't know who greenlit that. They're basically advertising 2 waves of DLC. They're doing the typical thing. The first wave is shit you don't really care about. You want the last wave. They did this with Xenoblade.
I'm not even sure wave 1 was shit. Like it was nothing. What is? It's just a town.
It looked like an alternate town with the same shops and all that.
It's not. That's literally nothing.
It doesn't feel like much of anything.
So you have to pay for that?
Well, you pay for all the pass, right? It's the season pass.
Well,
but
how much
yeah,
is it?
exactly. Usually with these things, they did with Xenoblade and all that. They give you here's the season pass, you'll get all the DLC. Usually the waves have at least something interesting, and there's always like better waves than others. And even the Xenoblade 3 one is like, oh, here's a new character, here are some new quests you'll be able to do. It's not a major thing, but it gives you some content and something fun to do.
You know what? Fuck me. I think you just reminded me. I think I did buy the fucking Xenoblade DLC.
Did you really?
I think I jumped on that train because I was like, I'm gonna fucking love this game. And I think I paid like $90.
Oh, I wish I could get it from you, and then I'd replay it.
No, you wouldn't.
But yeah, the wave 1 is why does it sound weird when I say it now? Inkopolis. That sounds better.
Inkopolis.
I don't know why it was sounding weird to me.
I think because he wrote it with an O.
It's the original. No, that's right. Inkopolis.
Inkopolis.
So it's the original city from the original Splatoon on Wii U. And yeah, like there doesn't seem to be anything here. Now, Wave 2 is called Side Order, and this is going to be like the Octo expansion from Splatoon 2, which was great.
We know nothing about it, though.
Right. We don't know anything about it, but the Octo expansion was fan-freaking-tastic. So this is going to be probably great, too. But they didn't show much of it. The music gets all low and gloomy. And like,
yeah, it looks like they sucked the ink out of the town. Like,
yeah, like the life of it. And then the shit cherry on top of the shit ice cream is you get nothing now. They didn't even say and they said the expansion pass goes on sale today, but you don't get anything. Did I miss something?
Is there any like huge Splatoon fan out there that was just like, yeah, or like none?
Not that I heard of.
Put a giant turd on you.
I know.
A turd sandwich.
Give me a shirt. Give me a hat or something today.
I bought Wave 1 and Wave 2. A little shirt. It says
exactly.
That.
Okay, so before the show, because he hadn't even seen it, I showed Cedric the trailer for Splatoon from the Direct. I didn't say a word to him. I didn't want to influence him in any way. He's a big Splatoon fan. He's not really playing a lot of 3 right now, but he's a big Splatoon fan. He hasn't
seen the Direct until today?
He didn't. He's just into Apex right now. It's a weird phase. And he watched it. I said nothing. And he goes, that's it? He goes, what? He goes, what was that? It's just the Inkopolis. And he just didn't like the thing. Huge miss. Whoever greenlit that, their job is in trouble. They didn't have to show this at all. Just wait till the next Direct.
I'm telling you.
I mean, like, it made no sense.
There's someone out there that's pumped. It's not us.
Nobody's pumped.
I don't know.
So the Wave 1 comes out in the spring, and then Wave 2 comes out sometime in 2023. If they would have waited till E3 time, they could have said Inkopolis is available right now, and here's some cool clothes you'll get with it too, and some other things they'll throw in. And then Wave 2 comes out in 2 months. And people would have been probably a lot more excited. Bizarro.
Or maybe Inkopolis should have just been a free update.
I mean, they're clearly trying to throw something in, but you can throw in any amount of shit. They could have given you locker shit. Like, here's some stuff that you can put in.
Battle Royale.
That would have been nice.
That's what I need. That's what I want. And maybe that's this side order shit. I don't know. But why can't I get 100-person Battle Royale?
A side order is going to be an expansion, but you're right. I don't know how they messed that up. They really messed it up. I have a feeling Nintendo's hearing that criticism, and I wonder if they'll respond or give away some stupid freebies. I don't know. Huge miss. All right. Next up, Illusion Island. Tell us about Illusion Island, Drew.
I'll be playing Illusion Island. Looks like a fun little platformer, 4-player co-op. You know, you get the Fab Four, I guess you could say. The kids want to play. They're already calling out who they're going to be. I think I got stuck with Donald. Fuck yeah, I got last pick, right? So I'm fucked. But yeah, Goofy, Donald, Mickey, and Minnie. It's the new animation, the new Mickey phase, which I'm into.
Shorts, right? Yeah, like the shorts.
I like it. I'm a fan of the art style.
I like it. It's not so much the art style, but the humor is a little more.
Yeah, it's a little bit more updated. I agree with that. That's a great way to put it.
Drew, putting you on the spot right now. Give me your best Donald Duck impression.
Nope. I'm not, John. I'm not good with that stuff. I'm just not me. I'm not here. I'm here to be me. I'm not here to be anybody else. I'm not an impersonator. I'm not Joe fucking Pesci or John Stewart, whoever the fuck we had last week do the Manscaped ad. It's not me. I'm Drew.
It was Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart. That's who it was. What did I say? Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci. I think Joe Pesci just turned 80 years old the other day.
I thought that guy was dead.
Well, no, that was just a
83.
movie. Yeah, he's 80.
God bless
Crazy.
him.
Illusion Island is going to be $40, so that's actually really neat.
It is neat.
It suggests
You gonna play this at all?
maybe. I wasn't hot about it. I'm still not hot about it, but $40, maybe a shorter game. If Michelle wants to play it, I might play it with her or play it if we get it.
Family.
I'm not gonna buy it. My family doesn't fucking play Switch anymore.
Melody wouldn't play this game.
Dude, we're going to a Super Bowl party. I was trying to get the kids to just go. They didn't want to even go to watch the Super Bowl. We have wings and nachos, and we basically just decided we're forcing everybody to just go.
Just go to the Cruz's house. They'll have the whole arcade to themselves.
I think Kuzi canceled it because the Niners aren't in the Super Bowl.
Smart, good man. I would have.
It's like, fuck it. You guys are uninvited.
That's it.
This. Fire Emblem Engage expansion. I'll talk about this one for a moment.
Oh, good, because I didn't have a lot to say.
I did not get the expansion when I bought Fire Emblem. I was like, I'll wait and see if I like it. But now I'm playing through again with the expansion. By the way, the Fire Emblem expansion, $30.
Oh,
what?
Whew.
I mean, I went to go get it and was like, this is fucking $30.
Good. You know what? Good for Nintendo.
That's expensive.
Fucking raising the prices. I own a lot of stock in you.
I know. There's 4 waves in the expansion pass. The 4th wave is like a new story. So I don't know what it is, but like
a 4-hour side quest.
Yeah, 3 houses. Yeah, 3 houses had a whole big story. It was pretty meaty, so fine. But like 30? I was thinking more like 20. But they're adding. They had a couple of I don't even know what they call them. They're like emblems, but they're not the rings. They're bracelets, apparently. But they announced new ones for this expansion pass. And Hector, Soren, he's a pretty salty magician, I guess. But we got Camilla. Camilla is the hottest Fire Emblem character there ever was. She's the long purple hair with the huge boobs.
Huge.
She's fantastic. She's got a nice, soft speaking voice. Dream
car in the booty bracket.
Oh man, she's from Fire Emblem Fates. Oh yeah, she looks so good in that booty bracket. As soon as I saw her, I was like, I'm playing the game again. I'm gonna get the expansion. We're also getting Chrom and Robin. So awesome. I mean, like a great little selection. There's gonna be more coming out in Wave 3. Great. Wave 4 story content. I love the game so much. Totally gonna play it.
You're playing it again.
But very excited.
You're playing it 3 times.
We got Camilla. I'm excited for all the other characters going to come out too. So it's great. Fantastic. Harmony Fall of Reverie. Sadly, no one's really talking about this, but this is from Don't Nod. What do we say, Drew? What do we say about Don't Nod? Don't nod, don't miss.
Sure. I mean, I don't think we say that. I don't know.
Do you know what game Don't Nod made? Have you figured this out yet, Drew? How do you not know yet?
Because I'm a simple man, John.
Don't Nod made Life is Strange. And then they made Twin Mirror. They've done a lot of really good narrative games. They did Gerda, Flame and Winter. So yeah, Harmony Fall of Reverie. This is the one that you saw where you choose different fates and it's a narrative game, but it looks like it's a 2D.
Are you in? This is a John game.
Oh, I'm absolutely in.
Of course you.
Don't Nod has never made a bad game. This is coming out June 2023, so it'll be my post Tears of the Kingdom game.
Platinum, now look at them. Just saying, it's only a matter of time.
Oh yeah, but no, this company's awesome.
Oh, we said that. Okay.
I won't play this. I will not play this day one because I'll probably still be playing Tears of the Kingdom. But as soon as I'm done with Tears of the Kingdom, I'm going to come back on Harmony Fall of Reverie. Hopefully it's late June. I don't want to miss it.
Sure.
But yeah, if you like narrative games, this is the king of the narrative. Octopath Traveler 2 demo.
Ooh.
We talked about this. Are you playing Octopath?
You know, this trailer came on. You know what Amy said to me? Because we watched it as a family. She
said, I want edible underwear.
She did. But after that, she said, this looks like a Drew game.
Really?
And I said, I never played the first one, but you're not wrong. I might like Octopath.
You might.
I might. I think there's a better chance of me liking that than Fire Emblem.
Well, you already decided you don't like Fire Emblem. I mean, that's already a given.
Yeah,
have you played like traditional junior RPGs?
Yeah, I played some of the old school Final Fantasies.
Yeah. Did you like them?
Yeah, I beat them.
Okay.
I mean, I played through like the first 3 of back in the day.
Then you might like this. I mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, the HD 2D engine is gorgeous.
Here's my problem. There's a few of these, right? And jumping ahead a little bit, we'll talk about the Sea of Stars in a minute. But I think it's time for me to jump on one of these bandwagons. It's just a matter of which one do I jump on.
Yeah, don't jump on both. You'll tear apart and get quartered.
That's my point.
Octopath Traveler, the first one, was the first HD 2D game. Looked gorgeous, and I loved it. Played through it all. It has the 8 characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way the first game was set up, they each had 4 different story arcs. And you can play the game and only do, you start off with one character, and then using that character, you do your story arc, but then you can find the other characters, and then you start their stories. You could play Octopath and just get 4 characters and just ignore the other 4.
Oh.
You could pick out, you can play it far or deep, right? So you can just say, I don't want all the characters, and I'm just going to play through it that way. And
then you go to the final boss with just the 4, you're saying? Yeah,
you can I want to play all the story arcs for all the characters, or you could say, I'm not going to play all the story arcs for all the characters. It's kind of up to you. But when you play a game like this, in general, you're going to do all the 8 characters.
And all how do you not?
Exactly.
It's not called Quad Path. Yeah.
Right. The problem I had with the first game was it was so predictable. It was like all of the first story arcs were all like you could be a very low level character, and then all the second story arcs were like you have to be like a level 12 character. So it was like you couldn't really move up. You had to grind your way, so you just had to naturally do all the story arcs, and that would make you powerful enough to do all the second story arcs. So the game it felt like I'm doing the same thing again, and each story arc felt the same as all the others. It was like find something out, go to a dungeon, fight a big boss. It was the same thing over and over.
I mean, are they connected, or are they just totally 8 different characters, different stories?
That was the problem, is they didn't connect at all. Everyone's story was their story, and they had a couple of light dialogues between characters, but you didn't really do anything together. So I have heard that Octopath 2 sort of fixes that. There are these missions you do where you take 2 or 3 different characters and you go and they interact with each other. I think they've improved it.
But 2 has nothing to do with 1. Like, I don't have to play 1 to play 2.
Exactly. It's a different continent.
So maybe just, if I'm going to play it, maybe just wait for 2 and just go down that road.
Yeah, I would say just play 2. And if you really love 2, then you can go back to 1 and play that too. But yeah, the classes are very similar. So like, hey, this is the magician for this one, just like the magician for that one, but they're just different characters. I'm going to play it day 1. I'm actually really excited for it. So I really hope they fix some of those problems from the first one. But I kind of thought about playing the first one. I think I mentioned this, and I was just like, I don't want to replay the first one. I'll just play the second one. All right. This was a little confusing. I hope I got this right, but We Love Katamari and Katamari Reroll Remastered together. Comes out June 2nd. Are you a Katamari fan at all?
I don't know, but if this is the game that has like that Kirby ability where you just roll around and collect and shit, that one's fantastic.
It's the one where you roll the ball and you pick up little items in the world, and then as you get bigger, you can pick up bigger items.
Stupid, but great.
Yeah.
Good little giggle.
I love the first game, and I don't think I've played any other games since. Katamari Reroll is actually on Switch. I have it somewhere on my shelf. So kind of weird. They're remastering a game that's already on Switch, but yeah, if you're into that, it's a fun game. Your kids would probably love it.
Yeah.
It does get a little repetitive, but it's fun. It's very satisfying to just start small and then just like you start picking up buildings. Blah, blah, blah. All right, kick us off. What did you think about Sea of Stars?
Yeah, this I mean, same comments I kind of had with Octopath. Like I'm intrigued. It's on my radar. It just depends. It depends. August 29th, we did a demo. I'm going to give the demo a go. I think I'm definitely going to at least try it once I finish up some other stuff. But this is something on my radar. I'm 50-50 on the fence. What about you?
I am still I did not love Chrono Trigger. A lot of people love Chrono Trigger, and this game is supposed to be a lot like Chrono Trigger.
Mhm.
And I did not love the Messenger. And this is made by the people who made the Messenger. So I'm
Sure.
still a little nervous.
It looks
but
great though.
As of now, I'm all in. I can't wait for it. And when does it come out? August 29th. So I think that hits at a pretty good time.
As of right now. Yeah.
There's a chance I'm not going to day one the game. Maybe it'll be like when it goes on sale or something.
I could see that. We don't know the price of this. Is this a $60 game? Probably.
Probably not.
Is Otto? What's Octopath?
That's 60. Yeah.
Is it?
Sea of Stars will probably not be 60. Probably be like 40, I would guess. Or 50.
I mean, it's a similar style, which again, I don't know if I can overdo it and play all these games, but
I mean, it's a different game. It's more
totally
about
different.
Octopath is like turn-based, party of 4, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Sea of Stars is like in-world battles. So when you run across an enemy, you don't just get whisked off into a battle area.
Yeah.
You're fighting right there, and you are combining your attacks and stuff. It's like Chrono Trigger. I mean, you didn't play Chrono Trigger?
No.
I guess? Okay. It's supposed to be like a spiritual successor to Chrono Trigger.
Huh.
It's supposed to tie into the Messenger universe somehow too.
I'm going to give the demo, Joe. Then I'll make my assessment.
I've heard the demo's really good, so.
Nice.
All right, then we got a Mega Strikers, which I think was maybe the worst looking game in the entire direct.
Pretty bad. Agree with that.
April 27th.
Moving on.
Etrian Odyssey. Excuse me if I say Etrian, because I have pronounced it Etrian for the last 8 years. It's Etrian, apparently. Etrian Odyssey HD Collection. This is the first 3 Etrian games. I will say this about it. I think I have one of them on 3DS. I do. Look here. This is 3DS Etrian Mystery Dungeon. So this is not one of the games that's in there.
Pulled it out of nowhere.
This
you know
is
what my
like
wife's comment was? She goes, it looks like, for those deep cuts out there, it looks like Sword of a Million.
Oh, on Genesis. That's on NSO.
Is it?
Yeah, Sword of a Million. Yeah.
She said it looks like an updated version.
I remember because I love Sword of Sedan, and I was like, oh, I don't want it for Vermilion. Yeah, I haven't played any of the Etrian games. They showed the guy walking through the dungeon, and the whole screen like turns as like one of those old dungeon. I almost vomited right on the spot. I was like, not for me. Sorry, no.
Yeah, this will be most likely skipping.
Then we got Advance Wars Reboot Camp. Pops up on the screen. We thought we might get it. There was some rumblings.
I'm so mad at these. I'm so mad at Nintendo. I'm so mad at this game. Like, how do you not show game footage? Come on.
They've showed game footage in the past, though.
But what? I don't.
Maybe they felt like it's like everyone's just waiting for the freaking game. They showed a little cutscene.
I'm a little surprised by April, though. To be honest.
Too soon?
I think I mean, it's kind of close to Tears of the Kingdom, April 21st. It's just,
when is Tears? Is that May 21st or 12th?
Even if it's within 30 days, I just think it's a game that's 2 games in one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Advance Wars 1 and 2 with online play.
May 12th.
Like, it's a game that you want people playing for a long time, and to put it out 3 weeks before your biggest game of all time just seems like a really weird spot to me. I don't think it fits well there. I'm getting mad at it. I'm mad.
But where do you put it, though?
I don't know, like March 15th.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with it. It's know. May 12th is Tears of the Kingdom. So this game comes out.
They don't have a March release game, do they? February they have Kirby. March.
February's Kirby.
Unless you count Bayonetta Origins.
Yeah, I think Bayonetta Origins is.
But that's not even like a full game, I feel like.
Yeah.
I also think that's kind of soon, no? After Bayonetta?
No.
3?
No, Bayonetta should be pretty quick. Honestly, anyways. Advance Wars 1 and 2 should be quick. I know it's 2 games, but they're not long games.
I mean, obviously I'm going to play it. I'm obviously still excited. I just give me some more footage or something. I mean,
we've got footage. You go look at the trailers. They're already existing. Something I noticed about it, though, I this was my crazy prediction before Direct. I said that they're going to release Advance Wars, but they're going to replace Olaf, who was the Russian general.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to replace him out of the game. And I couldn't help but notice, even though there's like enemies and good guys in these games, Olaf was not in this trailer. He's been in past trailers.
Is he like the big villain of the game?
He's not the big villain of the game.
He's just one of them, yeah.
Right. But like he was nowhere to be seen in this trailer. It was just the three good guys.
Yeah.
But I wonder if maybe they are going to patch Olaf out of the game or just change his look. Because the whole reason why they delayed this game was because of Olaf. It's not war. Every game has war. It was Olaf. So just replace Olaf with like some other dude. Make a North Korean version or something like that. There will be people that complain and whatever, but like just do it. Like I don't know. I'm playing that one day one, and that's probably I'm gonna play that for the 3 weeks before Tears of the Kingdom.
I mean, I'm all in too.
All fucking in. Then we got another trailer for Kirby's Dream Land Deluxe. Is the Magalore story part of that?
So this
I wasn't
is
even
like,
sure. Or is it its own thing?
You have to beat the game, and then the Magdala story unlocks.
Really?
And then you can go play that storyline.
If I'm paying for that content, why are you hiding it from me?
It's not.
No, I'm just
It's like
kidding.
an epilogue.
I know. That's cool. I mean,
it's cool.
It was a Wii game that got remastered for Switch. It looks really good.
It does.
But I love when they do that, when they remaster, but they add new content. Then it's like,
well,
you're giving
Bowser's
me something.
Fury and stuff like that a little bit. This is essentially what Bowser's Fury is, right? I mean, a little bit separate, but maybe not as big of a scale, but essentially the same thing. Are you going to play this?
No, I don't have any interest in it. I mean, if I was forced to, I'd probably enjoy it, but
no one's holding your arm back. I mean, you don't have to.
I'm not big into Kirby.
Okay.
When does that come out? That's February something.
February 20 something.
Wow. Okay. All right. Then the big surprise, not really a surprise, because 2 years ago we thought we were getting this. But then nobody rumored it for this direct.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting Game Boy and Game Boy Advance for Nintendo Switch Online. Game Boy comes with your regular subscription. So if you have a Nintendo Switch Online, you can play Game Boy. If you have the expansion pack, you get the Game Boy Advance with that. What do you think? I know you were excited about this because you were playing it right away.
Yes and no, right? I mean, I've also said be careful what you wish for, right? Game Boy games are old, right? They're not going to hold up well. And I was half right. I'll always admit when I'm wrong and when I'm right, but I was half wrong, half right. I would say I loaded them up, and like we played Super Mario Land 2. And again, my wife's like, this game looks terrible, and it's not that fun. And I said, yeah, well, these are old games. I also thought it was odd, Link's Awakening and DX. I mean, don't get me wrong, one of my top 3 Zelda games of all time, but how much more do we need it, right? We got the remake, we got it on the Game & Watch Zelda. Like it's out there.
It's a throw in on. I mean, I guess so. They could just not have it there, but I mean, a lot of people
there's
love
no
the
other
original
Zelda. I don't think out there, right, for the Game Boy.
I mean, I think it's better that they gave the DX version than the original version. So
agreed.
I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm actually interested in it because I never really played Link's Awakening on the Game Boy. I only played the Switch version. So I'm kind of interested. I probably won't play it, but I mean, I'm kind of interested to see what it's
play it on your Game & Watch to get some use out of it.
That's right. They do have that one.
I did play Alone in the Dark, New Nightmare for like 30 minutes. As you know, Alone in the Dark is one of my favorite video games of all time, John.
Yeah.
It's Alone in the Dark with a little bit of a twist. I mean, I can't play it anymore. Like, I can't sit there and play that game. It's just an old game.
It's pretty brutal.
It's brutal. It's bad, but I had to give it a go.
That was one of the weirdest launch titles for a Nintendo Switch Online. Alone in the Dark. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't know. I saw Alone in the Dark. I was pumped. But yeah, excited. I mean, it's Game Boy games. Who knows what the future brings? But at the end of the day, it's Game Boy games. It's not going to make me, get excited.
I love that it's there. I've always wanted to try Metroid 2 on Game Boy. I mean, I told you I ordered an analog pocket.
Yes.
Over 1 year ago because I want to play some of these Game Boy games because I didn't play a lot of Game Boy games as a kid. I only played a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be excited to play Link's Awakening DX. I would be excited to play Gargoyle's Quest. I'd be excited to play Metroid 2 Return to Samus for a little while. I've heard it get lost in that game. Kirby's Dream Land. A lot of games that I would love to play. But the thing that spoils it for me is like now I feel like, wow, I mean, do I really need my analog pocket now? Like I got this one. I am stoked that Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages is coming.
Now, That I'm stoked about. I've never played either one of those as well.
Same. Never played it.
I mean, how awesome is it that we live in a world where there's Zelda games that we've never played, and now we have the
Isn't that
opportunity
crazy?
to do it? It's
And
amazing.
the two of them connect. Like you play both of them, and then you get some ending.
Get the final storyline, right? The combine, you have to beat both of them.
I'm telling you, the biggest reason I got that analog pocket that I'm still waiting for is for Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages. But I've been panicking that the battery won't work in the cartridge. I'll need to get that replaced before I play it. Now this is like my backup plan. Like if it doesn't work, the battery, I'll just play it on my Switch.
Might as well play it on the Switch. Bigger screen.
Well, make it look a little uglier, maybe too. I don't know.
I don't think so.
So that's cool. And then the Game Boy Advance comes out. If you have the expansion pack, you'll get this one.
Yes.
Comes with Super Mario 3. This one had a weirder selection of games. Superstar Saga, Minish Cap, which you've been playing.
Yeah.
So
I want to play Superstar Saga too. I never played that one either.
I really like that one. In fact, I bought it sealed. I still have a sealed copy somewhere. I enjoy that game a lot.
Yep,
and I played the remake on 3DS.
I want to play that one.
We've gotten a lot of Superstar. I replayed it on 3DS, even though I had played it on my Game Boy Advance before, just so I could play the extra content. And then I didn't play the extra content. So bad.
Super Circuit just looks so bad. I mean, I get it. It looks bad.
I'm hoping we'll get Zero Mission, the two Metroid games. They're both so good. I'm no doubt we'll get those, especially because of what else is coming. There's so many good GBA games. I'd love to see like they can get like Final Fantasy Tactics on here would be interesting. I have a whole bunch of games I want to play, but Mother 3 is a GBA game. It doesn't have an English release. They could put the Japanese version on here, or we could get, because we've seen some unreleased games, right? We got Star Fox 2 on the SNES Classic. Maybe when we finally get Mother 3, it will be via Nintendo Switch Online and an English translation of it. That'd be pretty cool to see. So that was exciting. I will say, of the friends that I have on my friend list for Nintendo Switch, everybody's playing Game Boy and Game Boy Advance.
Everybody's playing.
Yeah. Next one that came out, big surprise, but not a surprise again. Metroid Prime Remastered, I think was the more surprising part. It's the original game, but they've made some improvements to it. 4 control styles, I believe, in this one.
Now, will you play this?
It was a shadow drop. I want nothing more in the world to play Metroid Prime, but it makes me so dizzy and sick.
Oh, really?
And quick story. Back in the day when I got it, back when I had a GameCube and Michelle and I were just dating, we visited New York and I brought Metroid Prime with me and I gave it to my nephew. And he had a GameCube and I gave it to him and another game I can't remember and said, here, have these. This is a really good game, but it makes me dizzy. I just can't play it. I really want to. I can't play it. Gave it to him. Turns out he played the game, loved Metroid, played a bunch of other Metroids, then started doing like Metroid walkthroughs for like GameFAQs or whatever the site was at the time. So he was like totally into Metroid.
Wow.
And then when he got a Switch, he only got a Switch a couple years ago. And that was right when Metroid Dread came out. And so my brother bought him a Switch and then I bought him Metroid Dread. That was his early Christmas gift. So I get a text from him Wednesday evening and he's telling me how awesome Metroid Prime Remastered is. I don't think he's ever texted him to me, right? I'm the uncle. He's he's in this early, mid-20s. And he texted me to say how cool Metroid Prime Remastered was. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And we were like,
that's cool.
Sharing that story, how I gave it to him. So it was like totally full circle.
I might jump in here. I never played. So I mean, you know me, I don't mind. I like first person shooters sometimes. And
if you can do, I've played a bit of this. It's great. You'll love it. You will love this game.
I'm going to play it, I think.
Okay. I think it's $40.
I don't mind I don't care if it's, it is what it is. I don't mind that.
Okay. They did shadow drop that. There's going to be a physical version February 22nd.
I might wait and grab the physical just to have it too.
Okay. They know a lot of people are going to double dip, even though it's only like 13 days.
Yeah.
Like, Tim's going to double dip. Like, they know they're double dipping. All right. Rain Code was announced again. That's a game that we saw. This is from the Danganronpa people. We got a demo. Comes out June 30th. Baten, I always say Baten Kaitos. I don't think that's the proper pronunciation, but Baten Kaitos 1 and 2. Those were Remastered. They're from the GameCube. Did you ever play these? You're a big GameCube guy.
I did not. They didn't seem to look too great though in this little trailer here. They looked like they struggled a little bit with the port or remaster, I guess.
Yeah, they're older. I actually owned both of those games. I sold the first one because it's pretty expensive, and then recently sold the second one. So like now is, I'm never gonna play it though.
Yep.
Fantasy Life. I think it's Fantasy's Life I, the girl who steals time. I don't know if it's a sequel, prequel, or just a different game in the Fantasy Life world.
Zoe was like her eyes lit up when this is her game. This is like Animal Crossing and all this other crap that she's been playing on the 3DS. Tamagotchi Life, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, I love that game.
Like, John, I'm not kidding. She's probably put over 100 hours into it. She's obsessed with it.
It's so good, though.
I don't even know what she does. She just keeps telling me people are getting married and having babies. I'm like, was this game rated X? Like, what are you doing on it?
You go into rooms, you give people food, they do activities. It's hilarious.
She loves it. So I've been in the back of my mind thinking about like getting her like that Coral, maybe Switch Lite.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Maybe her birthday's in May. Might be thinking about it.
So there is a Fantasy Life for 3DS. It's really good because Michelle played it for like a ton.
Maybe I could get, she's been playing a ton of 3DS, so maybe I could get her that.
I bet you I have it on right behind me. I think it's one of the games that's literally right behind me, but I don't see it.
So what is it? It's essentially a type of Animal Crossing, but a little bit different.
Yeah, it's like a town builder, life sim game.
There's fighting involved and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. Michelle loved it though. So I actually thought Michelle would be interested in this one, but I think maybe she's just like, whatever. But like, she'll check it out when it comes out, maybe. But yeah, if you want to get it for Zoe, I mean, they have Fantasy Life for a 3DS.
Let me see if I can find it. How much is it? Whoa!
Are you looking at eBay or?
eBay has it for 18.
Yeah, sounds about right. All right, what do we got? Professor Layton's making a comeback. So I think the last Professor Layton game was like 5 years ago or something, but
Amy loves these games. She'll get this too. She'll play this one.
They're really good.
Yep.
They've been ported and whatever, but we're finally getting Professor Layton. He's not dead. He actually dies in one of the games.
Spoiler.
Yeah, I mean he comes back, but like there's a moment where you think he's dead. I won't tell you what game. That's the spoiler.
That's
you won't even know. Yeah. It did motivate me to go, man, I just want to play all the Professor Layton games again. I want to find out where all of them are. I know I've played a few of them, but like they're so fun. You're just playing puzzles, really. Just that's all it is. So we got Professor Layton coming. Very, very short teaser, but cool. Mario Kart Wave 4 DLC got announced. Doesn't come out till spring, which I guess is not super far away. But we're getting an all-new course. I love this trend of new courses. Yoshi's Island. And we're getting Birdo, a new racer. So this is exciting.
This course looks like it might be one of the best courses in Mario Kart 8. I don't know, just how colorful and all the cool little things. I mean, the Birdo thing is just a huge shock. Like but also seems a little odd. Like, why wait till wave 4?
They got 8 waves, right? Don't they have a bunch of waves?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. So they're halfway done. They did one. Like that would be someone you throw into wave 1 to make people want to buy it right up front. I
mean, yeah. This whole wave thing started off as like, here are like the old courses coming back and tour.
New courses.
Yeah, now we're getting new courses. It's cool.
It is cool.
Do we have the wave 3 already, right? I don't think I've played it.
Yeah, what's wrong
with
you?
Like the Merry Christmas one? I don't think I've played that.
Didn't we have a Mayhem on it?
Yeah, but I don't think I played the Christmas course. I don't remember playing it.
We'll probably do another Mayhem for this one.
I've been thinking I want to play some more Mario Kart. I love just playing randos. I love doing that. I need to do it because I need to play more.
Just do it. Stop playing fucking Switch Sports.
Sizzle Real Time, Minecraft Legends, Blanc, which we know is coming out, Mega Man Battle Network. I don't even know what that was because I thought we already got a bunch.
Me too.
Have a Nice Death,
I'll be there.
WBSC Power Pros, which is a 99-cent game.
Weird. Just weird.
Disney Dreamlight Valley updates and Tales of Symphonia Remastered. What did you like in this? You like Have a Nice Death?
I'll be playing probably. I'll try. Yeah, that's on my wish list. Minecraft Legends, and I'm intrigued for Evan, but I don't really know a lot about it yet.
It's to me, it reminds me of like the original Warcraft, like that sort of thing where
It kind of reminded me of like a combo between Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeon, like a little bit of.
Well, you have to build and then you defend, so like that's why it reminds me of.
Oh, it's more
Warcraft.
Like, okay.
You're building competing castles and then you fight.
Yeah. Okay.
I have no interest in it.
No, zero interest now.
I did say Michelle and I are going to play Blanc, unless it gets terrible reviews the day before.
You'll still play it.
Power Pros was a game. So this game was on the Wii. It was called MLB Power Pros. It had a license, and I played through multiple seasons as my beloved New York Mets. And I loved it because they were kind of cartoonish looking characters, but they looked like the players. So I had a Jose Reyes, I had a David Wright.
Yeah,
it was great. I loved it.
Hair or whatever. They try to. Yep.
And then they never put out another Power Pros. It's like a Japanese only franchise. And then this just comes out of the blue. And they don't have a license anymore, which is probably why it hasn't left
World
Japan.
Baseball, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably exactly why. And it's 99 cents. I don't know why. And I think you play 3 inning games. So it's a bit of a different format. I'm not interested in buying it because if I'm going to play baseball, I'm going to play. I haven't played Super Mega Baseball 3 yet, so I would play that. But I was just excited to see Power Pros make it back to
just
America.
Odd place for it.
I assume there's going to be some microtransactions or something, but without the license, I don't know. The game didn't look good enough to play. Super Mega Baseball looks amazing, and so you're willing to play it. But this one looked, I don't know, it looked more generic, and it's like, well, without the player licenses, I don't really care. I probably, I don't know. But yeah, bunch of stuff. Then we get what we finally thought was the only thing we knew we were going to get, Tears of the Kingdom. What'd you think about it? I mean, there's another stuff we'll talk about, but what did you think about the trailer?
I mean, I don't want to be negative, but I'm so confused on like why we had to wait 5 years. Like it looks
6
like,
years.
6, sure. Like my point is that if you gave this to 2 people that maybe aren't Nintendo people or whatever, don't know a lot about video games, like would they know it's 2 different games?
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Oh, you're saying visually it looks
like,
similar.
It looks like it's the same type of game. Like I'm blown away. Like
that's what I want. That's what I wanted though.
Oh, I do too. I don't. None of this is negative. I don't want it to sound like I'm negative with it. It looks great, but I'm just confused on what took so long. I mean, yeah, we found out a little bit more about it. It looks a little bit darker, I guess you should say, right?
They were putting more sports into it, and it just took a long time. They added cricket.
They added
a cricket game in there.
So yeah, I mean, it's Zelda. It's not going to disappoint. I'm excited. It's one of my top franchises. I love playing. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I thought we would get a more epic trailer, I guess. The original Breath of the Wild trailer is, I still watch it to this day. I still don't know what this game is. And it's a bit of a mystery what the plot lines are. I think people are trying to figure it out. I think the best theory that I saw online today was that the Triforce emblem is on Link's left hand. That's his primary hand. He's a lefty. And his left arm is missing in this game. So maybe his arm was cut off for the Triforce. I think that's a pretty cool little theory. So I'll say this. I don't think we know what this game is.
I think so too.
We don't have a feel for it. And I abso-fucking-lutely love that. This game is bigger just by file size by a lot than the first one. And we have no freaking idea what it is. And I love that. There's some teases as to like different skills that you have, this fake arm that he has. What's going on with Zelda? Is she dying? Is that Ganondorf's voice that we're hearing? how does it connect? Is that the same Hyrule as the first game? Because it would be weird if it's the same Hyrule, because then the land would have to be the same, like the hills and all that.
Yeah,
It's like there's no way they're doing that. Yeah, like you can't do the same
Is it
landscape.
a mirror world? But it is. I mean, everything was dark. I mean, did we hear Zelda's voice too, which is something that's new?
I don't think I heard Zelda's.
There was a voiceover, I thought.
Oh,
but I
was
was
there?
like, wait, that's odd. Like, who's like we're hearing these characters talk now?
Yeah, no, yeah, we definitely heard Zelda's voice, because especially at the end we heard Zelda's voice. But I love the fact that we don't know anything about this game, and I think at this point, like if this was a new IP or something, maybe this trailer wouldn't be enough to convince me to pay $70 for it, right? But like we know that this is the sequel to what many of us believe is just one of the greatest games ever made, and for many of us, even if you don't think it's your favorite game of all time, one of the greatest gaming experiences you ever had, because of the uniqueness of the open world and the way they approached it in Breath of the Wild. I know this game is going to be amazing. And the fact that they are A, charging $70 for it, and B, refuse to tell us what this game is, and they know we're going to buy it, and they know that we're going to love it, like that excites me. I'm excited by that.
We're still 3 months away. I still think we have a Tears of the Kingdom direct, right?
3 months from tomorrow.
I still think we see a direct. I mean, who knows if we don't get a system? I mean, I would say yeah, but who knows?
That was I don't know if we're gonna get.
I almost am leading towards no now. Like they showed off like the collector's edition, which is what $130 now.
It seems a little overpriced to me.
For what? That's my thing. I was like, oh, should I go pre-order it? I'm like, why? Like, I mean, the first one was so great. It was only $100. I mean, and it was alone. You got the super cool carrying case, travel case, which I still use when I travel. Like that was
still the best carrying case, yeah.
Yeah, and you never had a carrying case, and you get like that cool map part of like it was worth it for $100.
Yeah,
$130. I'm not seeing what is going to come with it that I want.
The pin set, I think, is the big piece in it. And it's the same pin set as like the Mario ones.
Sure, you keep it in a box on a shelf.
Yeah, I was trying to get a pre-order for it. I know it's going to be hard, and today I just sort of gave up on it. I mean, I guarantee you, if it comes up, I'll try, because like how could I not? But I've already given up, and I just ordered a second copy for Michelle, so we have 2 copies now. But yeah, I don't anticipate being able to get it. But $130 is a lot. Like most collector's editions are like $100.
It's just,
and
if it was giving you something like some type of accessories or Joy-Cons or something.
Well, this is a different thing, but yeah, I think they're charging $130 because they just know it's going to get scalped to death. So they're like, look, we're going to get our money for it. The first one was only $100 because the Wii U was a failure, and they didn't know what was going to happen. So I get it, but like $130
I do agree with that. I think you brought up some great points with like we still don't really know anything, which is okay. Like, we don't have to know everything. And I also agree with you, like it wasn't a blown away trailer. It had all weird ports, like trying to be like epic, with then just parts of like him and using some skills in the water. Like it was kind of all over the place, right? Like it wasn't really telling. And then it had the blood moon with the bad guys coming down. It was like, what's happening here? It's literally like you took pieces of like of what we kind of know from Breath of the Wild, all those things, right? The blood moon and some of the skills and gliding, and then it's like let's just show those, but a little bit upgraded version of them, and then people are gonna be like, oh yeah, this is great, but it was just confusing.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah, I think like showing the blood moon and then the bokoblins and everything, it kind of gave you an impression like, oh, it's going to be like the same stuff, but we know it's not.
With like, based off that trailer, like what's new?
Yeah, I feel like they shouldn't have showcased the same enemies.
Agreed.
They should have shown some of the newer ones. I mean, the game should have bokoblins in it, but like, don't show them first thing. But we know this game's going to be incredible. So there's an amiibo that they're going to release with it. So I've already got that pre-ordered. That looks amazing.
I knew they got that.
Collector's edition, like we said, is $130. Standard edition is $70. What do you think about a $70 price tag on this?
It is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's regardless. There's no way there's anyone in this world that's saying, fuck, I'm not buying it now. It's smart. It's smart business play. Is it a little cheesy? I think it is, to be honest. I'm not, I think I think it is cheesy to come out of left field and all of a sudden knowing that it's your number one game to say that we're just going to charge more money because we can, and
Yeah.
we know you won't do anything about it. But it is what it is. If it's, I mean, think back to games.
Is it what it is though?
Well, I mean, I just spent $20 on a game I played for a half hour and threw it away.
I really, that's
If you look at like Breath of the Wild, a $60 value, and I don't want to compare it to other games on their systems right now, but $60 or $70, if I'm going to go put anywhere, over 50 hours, where else are you getting that type of value for? Like, it's not. I don't know. I look at stuff differently. I don't mind paying money for a quality game that has a lot of time and hours I'm going to put into it.
Right.
I don't mind. I mean, let's be honest. If this game was $100, would people still would it lose? I think you're starting into that borderline. People might not buy it, but
if it were $100, I would say I would buy one copy, and Michelle and I would just swap back and forth. That's what I would do. But yeah, I agree. Like 70 doesn't. I mean, it is weird. It's the end of the Switch life cycle.
Yeah.
It's a little weird timing. They could have just started with the new one, but they know this is their best game. This will probably end up being the best game on Switch. And realistically, they've spent 6 years on this with their biggest team. It's just like, if you're going to ask $70 for a game, this is the one. And it's not like we don't see $70 games in the industry. So I think it's sort of like surprising, but I don't think any of us are like super mad about it. Maybe the collector's edition feels a bit price gougy, but I'm okay with it. I will say, if you buy games digitally, you should absolutely be buying this game through the voucher program. The voucher program is $100. You get 2 vouchers. You can pick any Nintendo published games you want. This game falls under the voucher program. So if you were going to buy this game digitally, don't buy it digitally. Buy the vouchers. Get this game, and then get another $60 game or $50 game or whatever you want. And it will be like this game is not $70. So
let me just say, let me just bring up something maybe dumb, but like $70 out of nowhere, like you said, left field, end of the life cycle, 3 months away. What are the odds that like maybe there is this little updated Switch, and that's why the new games are $70? I know it sounds far fetched, but like I'm thinking back to the OLED though. How far in advance was the OLED announced?
Probably similar, but the OLED was just a screen upgrade too.
Agreed.
I mean, it wasn't. I think it's.
And I'm looking at like this.
Here's the problem: if you pre-order this game, and then there's like, oh, okay, but there's like a Switch 2 coming out, and there's a Switch 2 version of this game, then obviously, that would be a big mess. But if this game, this game is, I think they said, this game's almost 50% bigger than Breath of the Wild. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's bigger because it has the data for both systems. I just don't see it. I think they would have announced that in this Direct.
I'm on the same page as you. I don't believe it. I'm just putting out there some ideas.
I will say this though. When the Switch 2 does come out, launch day for the Switch 2, and the Switch 2 will be completely backwards compatible with the Switch 1, obviously.
Oh, of course.
Launch day for Switch 2, I think you're going to get a new Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there will be a Switch version as well, but you're going to have a Switch 2 version of the Mario game, and you're going to have a Breath of the Wild remaster, possibly a dual pack, $100 dual pack of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom remastered for Switch 2, $99.99. That's going to be launch day.
So kind of on this topic, I know we're already long and we got to do some questions, but I want to talk about some stuff. I want to talk about the overall Direct and your thoughts and whatnot.
Yeah.
And kind of, like you said, the end of the life cycle and how that ties in for the future of Nintendo. Because the stock is struggling a little bit when you look at it from that point of view. So I guess my first hot take or overall take is that of all this stuff, I know people say this is one of the best Directs ever, and I've been positive, right? There's not a lot for me in this Direct. We went through them all. There wasn't a lot of stuff jumping off the paper for me. But with that being said, how can people say this was one of the best Directs ever when you look at every title we just went through, I think we already knew about 95%. There were zero big surprises, John. I mean, I thought about really the only two jumping off the paper is Professor Layton, which is that really a thing? And then the new IP that you mentioned was the Deta Police, whatever it's called. Like
Yeah, and
everything
then those are all
else,
third-party games, yeah.
but there was no first party really Nintendo items that were like we didn't know about, or they weren't already like a remastered game.
Well, the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance are new.
But they're old. These are games from, I mean, I don't care. The games from 2004 and on. Like,
Right.
I don't care. Where is some new video? Where are the new Nintendo games?
Birdo.
But isn't that concerning? Right? They just gave us their lineup for the first 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
And there's zero new games. Zero.
I agree with you, but I find it exciting because I think this means the Switch 2 is finally gearing up to come out. That's all. And Pikmin 4 is new. I mean, you're saying we knew about Pikmin 4, but we really didn't see anything about Pikmin 4. But yeah, we knew they already said Pikmin 4 is coming and they showed us nothing. I agree with you. This is not.
There's zero. Like where was our June Mario Sports game? Where was anything like that we were just kind of like when they threw WarioWare out there, like that series, or like a series like that were like, yeah, that's a new. Like, I mean, a lot of Kirby games lately, but we knew about those. It's just something seems odd to me that there's none. We know Switch 2 is not really probably coming out this year because we've already locked in Wave of Mario Kart. Wave 8 comes out end of this year, end of next year.
I don't know why people have that theory. What do the waves have to do with the Switch 2?
They're going to just continue waves of games on an old system that
I think it's going to be all backwards compatible. I think you're not going to need a new account on the Switch 2. You're going to be able to play all your Switch games. The NSO is going to carry right over.
I do agree. Switch 2 is going to be almost a replica with just upgraded graphics and some enhancements that they've learned over the years.
There will not be a Mario Kart 9 until all the waves are finished, clearly, and probably sometime after. But I don't think it precludes a Switch 2 or a Switch Pro or anything.
I don't know. I'm just a little concerned for Nintendo. Like, where are their big games? It just blows my mind that there's no Mario. It just blows my mind. Like, we just don't have Mario. I don't understand that. And this is really our first new Zelda game in 6 years, besides remakes. It's just, I don't know.
You want me to talk you off the ledge?
I'm just saying, like, I'm at the point where if I didn't play so much handheld, I would honestly, truly start looking at another system. Like, I truly would. Like, because what I'm playing games like Minish Cap, sure, I never played it. I'm having fun with it. But again, it's a game that's 18 years old. I'm only, am I playing these games because I'm forced to rather than I want to?
You're not forced to.
I am, though. If I'm only a Nintendo fan and I love video games, what other games am I going to go play right now?
Fire Emblem Engage.
I tried.
Here, I'll talk you off the ledge a little bit. I understand your point. I agree with you. Like, this was like a B minus type direct.
And I agree with that B minus. I have nothing wrong with saying it wasn't bad.
There were some exciting things in here. Camilla obviously being the highlight of the entire direct. But I agree with you. Like, we got Metroid Prime, but like, and that's new, but we've been talking about it for so long. It doesn't feel new. Mm-hmm. Pikmin 4, we saw footage. It's new, but they had mentioned that it's coming.
And it's not coming out until July.
Right. We didn't see enough of Splatoon 3, but we got an idea. Like, but it wasn't like, wow, what a drop, what a shock or whatever. But we got the Tears of the Kingdom trailer we want. I get it. I think all of that and your disappointment with the Switch, but it's like, but we have Advance Wars coming. We have Tears of the Kingdom. It's not that the Switch's library for the year is bad. I don't think. I think there's games you're going to play. I think you're going to play Octopath and all those things. I think you're going to be fine. But I think it was the direct didn't really kick you because you didn't get anything new. You just got some updates.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm trying to be open, right? And I get it. They don't all have to be for me. I've learned that over the years in talking about these things. But there wasn't anything new for anybody. Like new game from Nintendo. That's like we didn't know.
I agree,
about.
but Tears of the Kingdom, Advance Wars, they're coming. It's just that it's old news. whatever. But I mean, I'm going to be full of games that I'm playing. Like I have never played my Switch so much as I have the last couple months and then the next few months. I think there's a lot of exciting stuff there. I just feel like, Fire Emblem didn't click with you. And, you seemed iffy on
I
Octopath.
just
I'm not
feel like I'm
sure.
playing
Bayonetta
games,
is not for you.
But I'm playing Fire Emblem because there's no other games out there for me.
You're
There's
not
no
playing Fire
Mario
Emblem.
that I can go put 70 hours and try to collect every star. There's no
Super Mario Land 2.
That game's beatable in probably less than an hour. That game is short. Like, I don't know.
Can beat me in an hour.
You wouldn't even last that long. It's just, there's not. I don't know.
What you're saying.
I'm frustrated. I'm just frustrated.
I feel like you're just framing it badly. You got Tears of the Kingdom coming. You got Advance Wars coming. I think there's stuff for you.
I think it's going to be a solid 6 months. I do, but at the same time, like you look at their big investors meeting, right? I could see if I was a true investor, like, well, what else? Like, we knew about these games. Like, we've already adjusted the stock prices over the last 12 months because of these games. What else?
Tears of the Kingdom. What else do you want? Like, there will be games that come out after Tears of the Kingdom.
I mean, in Tears of the Kingdom, we're going to be playing that game for 6 weeks. I don't disagree.
I don't think they're going to put out a game until, like, when does Pikmin come out? That comes out July, right?
That's what they expect people to play. 2 months.
Nothing comes out between.
And that's okay. The summer is fine, right? I mean, a lot of us don't play as many games in the summer. It's just, that's fine.
It's just unfortunate that you're not into Pikmin 4. A lot of people are. It's going to be a big selling game. I think there's just a few too many games that just aren't for you, and now you feel like you're empty. But for the rest of us, it's like there's so much that's coming.
Maybe I'm not giving Pikmin enough credit. Maybe I'm really not. I think I've overlooked it for so long, and maybe that is another huge one that I'm not considering. I get it.
It's so much fun.
And Kirby
but honestly, I'm happy that maybe we're seeing the end of the Switch life cycle. That makes me excited. I feel like we're overdue already.
I just feel like if we don't know what Switch 2 is by this time next year, Nintendo's in big trouble.
Oh, yeah. They're in big trouble now.
It needs to be coming out like in March of next year.
Tears of the Kingdom should have come out on a new system and the old system, the same way Breath of the Wild did, the same way Twilight Princess did. Yep. It should come out on both systems. There's been chip shortages. There might be other reasons why. So sure. I don't want to kill Nintendo for it because they wanted to. I've heard people say that the OLED was supposed to be a Pro, but they just couldn't make it happen. So I don't want to kill them for it because that might have been their intention all along.
Should have been.
But there's still so much to play. We're always swimming in games, even if not from Nintendo. Octopath and all that. There's just always so much to play. There'll be a bunch of indie games that you're going to be playing.
Sure.
So
you'll
be fine. You're not buying another console. You've been threatening it for as long as we've had this show.
I'm telling you, if there was a competitor to the Switch where I could play handheld, I would maybe own one by now. But the fact is, I thought about Steam Deck.
Yeah. I mean, that's your competitor.
But at the end of the day, I'm true to Nintendo, and I'll be here, just bitching. Let's move on.
You'll be here till the end of time.
Yep.
We have listener questions, and are we going to start with the voicemail?
Yeah, let's do it.
Have you listened to the voicemail?
I did.
Okay, I haven't listened to it yet. So let's play it right here. This is from Bob Cousy.
What's happening, fellas? Long-time listener, long-time caller. Hey, I'm about to hop in a van and drive some high school kids up a mountain to a winter camp. But before I do that, I watched the Direct this week with my daughters and fast-forwarded it through half of it. All the junior RPGs and stuff I skipped right by. But I wanted to know, as I was doing that, I was thinking, what would be my perfect Direct where I wouldn't have to fast-forward through to where I'd like every single thing that popped up. Everything that popped up I'd want to watch and was excited for. And it made me think, what is your most perfect Direct? What would be included in that? Everything that you would want to see, name it. Thanks, guys. I'll hang up and listen.
Wow. Perfect Direct. I mean, does he want us to be specific?
I don't know.
Let me just kind of riff what I say. I think the Perfect Direct has a nice combination of Nintendo games and third-party games. And my favorite kind of directs are that not just the one last thing at the end, but always start with something new. Like,
Agreed.
I remember when they started with Xenoblade 3 when they revealed that, and it was like, what is this? What is this? And then it was like, whoa, it's a new Xenoblade game. So if I had to get specific right now, the perfect direct on Wednesday would have started off with something brand new. I'm going to try to think of a franchise.
Gauntlet Legends.
They've done so many. Are you feeling Gauntlet Legends?
Yeah, that's what I want right now.
I want to say a new Fire Emblem game. Let's say a new Mario game. So we start off with a new 3D Mario game. Awesome. Then at the end of it, it's hard to say not have Tears of the Kingdom there. I honestly, keeping Tears of the Kingdom and seeing more information.
Better trailer.
Yeah, a Breath of the Wild style trailer where I don't need to get more information, but
the whole Tears of the Kingdom thing was fine. Just a better 3-minute trailer.
We'll put that at the end. Then I like to see new stuff coming out from different third parties. So let's say they announce Life is Strange 5, or Life is Strange 4. That would be awesome. Coming to Switch. I would love to see Nintendo Online be more like the PS Plus Game Pass model, where if you subscribe, you will get first party games. Maybe not day one, but maybe like, I can go download some games I missed or whatever. I would love to see a service where I can download games that aren't just Tetris 99 and Pac-Man 99.
That won't happen.
You said Dream Direct, man. I'm doing Dream Direct.
At that point, though, I do think they should have more of these Mario 35s, Tetris 99s, the Pac-Man. I mean, I think that's good. Mixing it up.
I'm fine with it, but I just want more access to like first party titles. They can be older titles. I like the way PS Plus. I mean, like I prefer PS Plus. Give me Ragnarok on day one, sure. But I totally get like they don't want to go into debt over it, right? But like imagine you were able to I could play Sword and Shield. I can just download that because I have NSO and it's an older game. Like that would have been cool for you. Then you wouldn't have to buy it. Just put their older games on there, the 1-2 switches, the ARMS, that sort of thing. That would be cool. I would
probably play it.
I'd be perfectly happy with that. Give me DLC. I love DLC for games I've played in the past. Give me like a new reason to jump into an old game. I love standalone DLCs. So, give me more of that. Give me a Super Meat Boy DLC. That's what I want.
That game sucked.
Give me a Celeste DLC. There's a fan made new Celeste DLC actually coming out. It was very weird. I would like to see more content for Fire Emblem Engage. We got some of that, but like, give me that Wave 4 right now. That would have been perfect. Want? I just want more. I love Fire Emblem. And then like maybe throw in like a sports title, but not from Camelot. I would have loved to have seen
get over that
Mario Baseball, but I want it to be the perfect Mario Baseball. And I want it to be online so I can play with friends. I don't need the league or anything like that. I just want to go online, play with friends, have a record, whatever, and do it well. And then in the middle of this Nintendo Direct, they talk about how they have revamped their network services. And suddenly I can play Super Smash Brothers, lagless, beautiful. I would literally play more Smash Brothers online if it wasn't just a bad online experience. That would be great. And then, of course, the Switch 2 is coming. Holiday 2023. Pre-orders open now. And that's when the new Mario game is launching with it. And it looks epic. That's my dream direct.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I can't really top that. I'll throw in there some Gauntlet Legends, about 4 or 5 more golf games, and maybe some titties. And we'll call it a day.
Titties golf. All right. Good question. That was a good question. Chris HL94 asks, for all the N64 GoldenEye fans, what is your favorite multiplayer scenario?
Well, I'll answer this one. I really liked if you have 4 people, the way they do capture the flag, I think they call it capture the flag, is really fun. So if you find the flag, you can no longer hold any guns. And you have to just run around.
Oh. So you're just you're defenseless.
Well, of course, Andy P is smart and turned off radar, and then he would just stare at a wall. So if you looked at a screen, you just saw a blurry wall. You had no idea where he was. And then, yeah, you have to find them, you kill them, you get the flag, and then you start running around. It's fun. It depends on the map and the weapons you have, but it's fun. That's one of the good ones. And then you always have like the license to kill, the single shot, like GoldenEye. Everything's one shot kill is fun.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I always hear people talking about like the mines and
proximity mines.
Proximity mines or whatever.
Proximity mines are my favorite. So if you walk by and they just blow up.
I'm looking forward to trying it. I just have no
I'll play
experience
one night
with
you if you want to grab 2 other people.
I'll probably start in the campaign and just try to get my feet wet and figure out the controls and whatever before I play online. Though. All right. Here's what we got. Question from the informant. Have you guys decided on an online team-based game yet? We gonna get a Dads After Dark Rocket League team going or what? We've been talking about this for a while. Rocket League, I think, would be fun. I think it would be fun. Maybe not even a league. I don't even know how leagues work there. But even if we just get like 6 of us to play against each other, that would be a lot of fun. I totally do want to do that. But I think realistically, it's got to be Splatoon 3. Like, I feel like I've neglected Splatoon 3.
It's a good game. It's smooth.
Yeah, Salmon Run. I would love to play Salmon Run with some people. I mean, just realistically.
Salmon Run just feels incomplete to me. It's fun, but like, what's the end goal?
It's just to play. Yeah, I know what you mean though.
I feel like, did I win? At the end of it, I'm like, did I win? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's about ranking up, I guess. But I know what you mean. Like, I wish it had something more tangible to get.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get corrected on it, but like that would be fun. The catalog stuff I think is a really fun addition to Splatoon. For what I've heard of it is that like the most bang for the buck is you just win a couple times. You do Salmon Run and then you do a regular match and then you get a bunch of bonus stuff. You can just do that every day. Then you should be able to finish off your catalog. You don't have to play 30 matches a day or anything like that. I just need to get back into it. I just haven't.
I'm too busy playing Switch Sports.
We'll let you know to inform it. But
I'm telling you, I wrote it in chat. I'm waiting for Star Wars Hunters.
Oh, you guys have fun with that.
I will have fun with that.
Last question from Hermone Johnner. Do you have any go-to snack foods when watching a major sporting event? I love me a good soft pretzel. I bet you do, Hambone. With cheese sauce or mustard for dip.
Fuck mustard.
John better not say some BS like kale chips. I do not like kale chips now. So the Super Bowl is tomorrow as we're recording this. What are you doing for the Super Bowl?
Staying at home. Actually, my dad's coming over in the afternoon, probably before the Super Bowl though.
So you're just gonna watch it?
I'll just watch it by myself. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Make the kids watch it. Make Amy watch it.
We're going to my friend Arthur's house. I was originally just going to go myself because no one in my family even cares about football anymore. But we have now forced the kids to come with us, so all 5 of us are going to go.
Well, you got to remember for us too. It doesn't start till 6 p.m. or 6:30, whatever the fuck time it is.
True,
so
6:30
on a school
Eastern
night. So like my kids usually go to bed on a school night at 7:30. So it's like I'm not going to go somewhere with the kids and stuff too. And at the end of the day, too, I don't really care about these 2 teams. If it was, Patriots or even someone else that was more fun.
Patriots not in the Super Bowl. Poor Drew.
I don't know what to do. Anyways, my go-to snack are nuts. I love just nuts in my mouth. I mean, like a good cashew, pistachio, like just snacking on nuts, like salty nuts and a beer. That's what I want.
Give the man some nuts. Would somebody out there give the man some
salty nuts and a beer? But yeah, I mean, obviously the obvious of like chicken wings and nachos. If I'm like going out to a bar, want to watch sports, chicken wings and like nachos.
I agree. Chicken wings is like what we usually get when we watch Bronco games. We have like a wing place near us, and we'll actually crisp them up when we get home. Because I like my wings drier and just cooked a little bit extra.
Crunch to them.
I love potato chips with French dip. French dip is the key.
Yep, that is key.
I literally spent years always buying ranch because I thought I liked ranch, and I didn't realize that the dip that I liked that I had when I went to another party was called French dip, because when I looked at it, I was like, I wouldn't buy French dip.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, French dip is the one I like. Yeah.
The other good one too is simple. It's like chive and cream cheese. Dip. Yeah.
Is that like Cool Ranch Doritos?
Nope. It's chive.
Spicy nacho Doritos, I guess, while we're there. I like spicy nacho Doritos.
Do spicy nacho Doritos, put them on a plate, put a little shredded cheese on there, a little hot sauce, and just microwave them. Game changer. I'm telling you, it's simple.
They're perfect as is, though.
Just do it. Give me the benefit.
Perfect as is. Super buttered popcorn. Not really a sports treat, I guess, but like for movies. Heavily buttered and heavily salted.
Not while you're playing the Switch, though.
Popcorn. Oh, maybe that's just exactly. I think we might have to do popcorn, too. We'll just get some Joy-Cons that we'll sacrifice to the gods.
I feel like my Joy-Cons are catching up to me. They're all shit in the bed. And you know what it is? It's the fucking Satisfied grip. I'm so done with that thing.
What do you mean? It's like messing with the paint or
no, it's just like they feel loose. They don't feel nice and tight anymore, like a young woman. You know?
Sleeve loose like wizard.
Anywho, good questions.
Yeah, we got some good questions tonight. All right.
What do we have coming up?
Maybe another direct next week? I don't know. No.
Maybe.
Do want to say, by the way, I'm glad that we didn't get that hoaxy, ugly-looking Tears of the Kingdom Switch that we saw like last month. That looked horrible.
You think there's still hope? You think
it looked horrible and fake? You know, we might get a Switch. I would have thought we would have seen it yesterday, but I'm glad it wasn't that one because that one looked ugly. All right, what do we got coming up? There's a lot of games coming up. Oh, right on the heels of Drew talking bad. We got Blanc comes out. Of course, I'm going to play Blanc because that's my name, Zablanc. Blanc comes out on Valentine's Day, February 14th. On February 15th, we get Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass Wave 3. Congratulations to all you out there who are excited for that. On February 16th, we get Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, the Final Fantasy musical game. There is a demo available right now.
Lovely.
And then Jesse, I think, did a demo first look of it, too. Spoiler, it wasn't that great. February 16th, we also get Dust and Neon. This was one of the indie games that was in the Christmas indie drops right before Christmas. Looked pretty good. It looked like a Drew game, so I'm curious. Maybe you'll try that.
Really?
Yeah. February 17th, Tales of Symphonia Remastered. That is the GameCube classic. February 22nd, Digimon World. Next Order's coming out.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Not really.
Okay.
Also, February 22nd, Metroid Prime Remastered. The physical version hits stores, or at least should. February 24th, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, which includes that Magalore game.
Whatever his name is.
And then February 24th, again, the day I'm waiting for, Octopath Traveler 2. It's hitting all consoles. It is not a Switch exclusive anymore. So it is on Xbox and PlayStation. But yeah, it is now no longer just a Switch game. The Octopath got released eventually to other consoles, but this one is launching day one on other consoles. That's it. Thanks for listening. We didn't do too bad. 2.5 hours. Pretty good. Guys, once again, Sadie reminded you Valentine's Day is, when you hear this, in a couple days. Don't be a Drew.
Listen, just get
something for your wife.
Candy underwear.
Underwear.
That's it. Don't
check
forget,
Amazon.
Leave a review of you. Too bad you couldn't include pictures in Apple reviews of yourself in candy underwear.
Wow. I would trade all of our reviews just for that one picture.
I just looked. We also have Canadian reviews out there. We got to make sure we include those in the contest.
Oh, yeah. No, we definitely will. Last question for you, Drew, before we go. If you can get a picture of one member of the Dad's Discord in candy underwear, who would it be?
Mr. Bob Cousy.
I mean, that's it.
That's it.
Good night, Dads.
Good night.
The Dads After Dark show is part of the Nintendo Dads family of podcasts. You can subscribe to us anywhere podcasts are available, including Google, Overcast, Spotify, and Stitcher. And if you're using Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review. Pretty please? Be sure to join us on the Nintendo Dads Discord in our Dads After Dark channels for some naughty After Dark talk. Leave us a voicemail with Anchor and we'll play it on our next show. Check our podcast description for the link. Follow us on Twitter and now TikTok @NDadsAfterDark or email us at dadsafterdarkshow@gmail.com. And a big thank you to Family Jewels for our show's music. That's all for tonight. Good night, Dads. Sweet dreams.